This is African Black Gold TV, where we showcase Africans in the diaspora who are doing amazing things and Nigeria in the diaspora who are changing the narratives. Today, we're going to discuss about Natasha and Mr. Uh, Akpabio. That's going to be the topic of discussion for today. You think that Natasha can use the law for her to come back to the Senate because now they gave her 6 months, and 6 months is not just 6 months of calendar years. It's going to be like six sitting, which is going to be like 9 months now. So, what do you think, sir?
Okay, first of all, I would like to condemn the actions of the Senate for what happened today and for not adhering to the court order. Now, this is based on the principles of checks and balances. There's a reason why there is the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And there's a reason why these three arms of the government checkmate each other or make sure that each other, you can see that the president, when he has appointed a minister, of course, this is something that is well within the right of the executive. That is the appointment of ministers, ministers that would perform executive functions. But we can see that it doesn't end there. These people are being taken to the Senate and they are being asked questions. The Senate profiles them and makes sure that they are fit for that job. Now, the judiciary is that organ of government that has the power to interpret laws and then has the power also to hear any act of wrongdoing or to even ensure that other organs of the government perform their duties within their rights, within the constitutionally provided rights. That is why you see the court declaring the actions of the president or the police or worries null and void. Oh, you did not act within your rights, you acted within your rights. And that is supposed to be the beauty of all of this. That is supposed to be the beauty of it all. So when there is a pending court order, the court has given an order, has given an instruction and has said, oh, this shouldn't happen, or this should happen only when this has happened. That should be obeyed. It goes, their action of suspending her goes to show not just how desperate the Senate is, because it all happened in a rush. It doesn't just show how desperate they are, but it goes to show how they do not even have this regard for the law. It goes to show their level of disregard, for the law, and that is really, really very mind-boggling. It calls for for a lot of reasons for Nigerians to be bothered, because if our laws are not respected by the same people who make these laws, what then is the fate of the common man? We can see how the executive in the time past has flaunted the court orders, have not respected the judiciary, and today we are also seeing that play out in the in the legislature, and it raises very great concerns for Nigerians.
Do you think that Senate President should also be on that seat while the investigation is going on, or it should step aside?
Senator Natasha has made a very wide allegations. While I came in, um, I overheard my brother saying that he has been unable to see the nexus, between sitting arrangements and the whole um, issues on sexual what's it called again? On the whole sexual assault and all of that. Now, things can be mutually exclusive, but at the same time they are springing from the same source board. So things can exist differently from each other. But when you look at it, you see that this is still coming from the a single source. If we look at this Senator Natasha's issue, we would see that there is a whole lot of, a legal issue it raises. First of all, we are talking about the sitting arrangements, the conduct of Natasha herself, if she had conducted herself, well, with regards to the Senate rules, if she had done well by the Senate rules. That is one. We are also looking at her the alleged defamation that she had drawn to court for, that has been done by the Senate President and the Senate spokesperson. And we are now still also looking at the issues of sexual assault or sexual harassment, as she has claimed. Now, the best thing to do when these kind of issues arise is not to hush this person down or, insist on finding where the connecting line with the first is or with the second is. All of these are mutually exclusive issues, and they should have their time, they should have their days, they should be looked at individually as individual subject matters. Now, the Senate President should, the best thing, the most appropriate thing to do is when you know that what this lady is alleging are all lies, there's no need remaining on that seat. You should step down and, face the Senate Ethics Committee. Have Natasha bring what she said her evidences are, and you answer them. You reply them. At the end of the day, when the Senate Ethics Committee clears all of you, the offender will be punished appropriately. If any of the offenders do not feel that, okay, this is punishment enough, perhaps at the end of the day, Natasha was unable to prove any of this sexual harassment that she had claimed, and maybe they suspend her, and the Senate President feels that, oh, this is not punishment enough, he can still maintain an action against her on defamation. So the most appropriate thing to do with the whole of this allegation is to investigate. Because it calls for a serious questioning on the integrity of the Senate as a whole. And the way they have handled it is really, really quite suspicious. Because the first time she presented her petition, they used what's this called again? Technicality to strike it out. Oh, why did you sign it? Why did you sign the petition? Why did it come in your name? Why did this happen? Nobody is talking about the contents of the main petition. Even in the court of law, where there are procedures, there are procedures to which you bring a case. The law has said that, see, when somebody is complaining about something and he has come with a wrong procedure, that it shouldn't affect the outcome. These cases should be treated on the merits of it. So, but I'm happy that she has legalized, she had gone back and come forward properly. So hopefully, I intend to see the Senate President stepping down, subjecting himself to the trials of the Senate Ethics Committee, and hopefully clearing his name, or getting the appropriate punishments he should get if all of these things that we alleged are true.
So are you saying that the events that occurred on the Senate floor regarding the seat was just a trigger for the senator to come up with these allegations? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, yes, yes. It's a trigger, and rightfully so, and the rightful trigger, because now the only thing we look at when we are looking at the event that happened on the Senate floor with regards to the seat allocation was that Natasha was not sitting on the seat that was given to her to sit by the Senate President. Now, we have all forgotten that at that instance when all of this thing was happening, that she invoked is it what did she call it again? Clause 10, sorry, sir, is it section 10 or what now? That is like
Article 10 or so.
Article 10, yes, Article 10. That is that is like a lifeline of every senator. And this Article 10 doesn't have a sitting arrangement qualification to it. The law says that wherever, whenever. So she had just raised Article 10. The appropriate thing for you to do was even to allow her talk. Okay, let me use this as an example. When you see two wrongs existing together, if the police enters a place and arrests somebody who is committing a crime, let's say this person was caught. He was caught in the act. He was caught in the act, and perhaps stealing. Let's take stealing for example. For instance, he was caught in the act stealing, and he was arrested. Now he was taken to the station. He got statements and all of that. For 24 hours, nothing happened. They just kept him in police detention. 48 hours, nothing happened. He was not charged to the court. They just kept him in the police detention. 92 hours. Now, we now have two legal issues that are now existing side by side. We are now looking at that, okay, there is a possible commission of crime, but there is also a flagrant disregard of this person's constitutional rights by the Nigerian police force. We shouldn't be. You have at most 48 hours to charge this person to court or bail him when the offense is a bailable offense. You understand? So, the question of whether Natasha's sitting arrangement or her behavior or how she sat or where she was sitting to talk is one thing. Now, the question of the fact that she had raised Article 10 and she was still hushed down. Now, she believes that she was hushed down because she was a woman and because of every other things she's now currently alleging. It's enough for anybody to think that this is the reason why you are being victimized, that all of this is you understand, when we are all humans, when you've seen yourself in this kind of fight with a particular person, not once, not twice, according to her, it makes you reactionary. It makes you this her action might not be legal, but you can see how it flows. You can see that, okay, this is really a bottled up of a whole lot of things. And it is not easy being a woman anywhere in the world,
So
especially being a woman occupying power.
if I if I
Occupying
if I if, if I understand now a lot more correctly now, her allegation, based on what she had gone on air on the on Brekete family to talk about, her allegation basically is that she's being victimized uh,
yes,
be- because of previous interactions with the hierarchy, if you like.
yes, yes.
Wow.
So that is a because right there, when she was screaming on that 10, the Senate President was busy. We can rewatch this tape for as long as we like. Right there, when she was screaming on that 10, the Senate President was busy saying, prepare her for suspension. This person has not even gone before the Senate Ethics Committee. And you are saying prepare her for, you were even calling for her to be escorted out of the, you understand? It looked like a planned event beforehand. So her reaction of even coming out with the whole sexual assault thing or what, it's expected.
What do you think, that is going on there within the Senate President and Natasha and the people who are against Natasha, especially the gender? What would you like to say to this?
So thank you so much. I'm really grateful and good evening, everyone. Nice to be here. Niger crime. Uh, I've seen this thing as a premeditated plan. This thing has already been planned for
Mm.
this woman. Uh, it's a shameful thing to the people who are in the Senate because I've not seen single person that supported this woman for what she has been going through. This matter is not going to go off ground by now. For now, it's going to take a while. I don't know whether that man is from on one constituency that came up say, if you beat one child with one hand, use another hand, that this thing is too much, they should make it 3 months, blah blah blah. You
Mhm.
see, the whole world is watching. I look at this Veronica Mahili, this T&T newscaster, the way she
Mhm.
was, analyze it, this South African station, the way she was analyze it, how this lady has been sexually molested. She even go as far, I'm talking of international news now, she even go as far as Joy Nune when that woman say, I am the only Ogoni woman who ever slapped Akpabio. So the whole world know, but because of their political career, everybody know the truth. And Niger crime, the most thing that shocked me among this thing is Ireti Kingibe and Florence Itagiwa. You see, especially the old woman who has been on that line before, who came out saying something, and the reporter, the presenter, I think Rufai, was asking her, "Ma, we don't get this thing. Are you saying by the time you get to Senate, you cannot be sexually harassed?" He said, yes, you see, before you fight, that is a woman, a gender that you people supposed to come up and fight. We all know this thing. Yesterday, when we are in on your platform, and I was on Beauty 8 platform, I said something, sir. I said, even in our educational system today, in a polytechnic, some secondary school, the university, college of education, our children are being molested, sexually harassed by so-called head of department, the lecturer, the vice chancellor, and they get away with it. So the same thing we are seeing in the upper chamber. And you will see the way these people are quoting this kangaroo law. Section so, subsection 1, subsection 3. Everybody come up, they will just, you will know that they were attacking that woman. You see, I love what the husband did yesterday or day before yesterday. He escorted his wife all the way and gave her a kiss that I'm behind you. Everybody's again. You see people come up, and one year man came up was saying, "Look, I was there live. I knew what was going on. I knew what was going on." You see, this thing is not going to go off the air. This thing will keep continue because sorry to say this, I don't know how many people look at us. You know me, I say this thing every day. I've not seen Nigeria get better. This not only in the civilian side, even though in the military. You remember what happened to my baby soldier there, Ruth Ogunleye? the two so-called redneck Oga Patapata. So this thing is like it become like a culture that anywhere you see woman want to go into, you just need to sexually harass her. And this woman is telling the whole world, this is what you see. I'm talking about the cement factory, the Kuje cement factory. You are just ignoring me, and people say, okay, go and meet this man and talk. And you are telling the woman, oh, Natasha, if you make me happy. You see, I pretend like I don't hear what she's saying. And even though just what my brother was saying, they were saying something as a Senate president, you were calling security to come and throw a woman that who duly elected by his own people to go and represent them, the Kogi Central. And you were calling that they should come and take her. You keep mute there. And when she was reading that order 10, I'm not a lawyer, but with a little thing, no matter what happened in the Senate, immediately you invoke that order 10, they must allow you to say it. There's no reason. It's like an emergency. It's like when you rush somebody to A&E as in an emergency. That and the lady was reading in, and this man was they were meeting her microphone. So everywhere, I've not seen someone that come up. I know these people are afraid of their political career, but in the Western world today, such allegation that you had it before and it didn't happen again. This man's supposed to step aside. Not that he should leave the seat, but step aside and let the investigation go on. The other time, oh, this investigation, I mean, this thing you brought is dead on arrival. You see, I look every down to Arise News, TVC News, AIT, Channel News. It's only one barrister that came up. The man was talking this evening, I think in the Channel News, that the law you people are quoting, he was even the one quoting it for them. This is what he said, this thing these people are doing. And I could remember, I think Godswill Akpabio was telling this he used one language. I wrote it down for the senator here. He said this he used it at the I think this senator are anarchy something, even though Ngozi was say okay, this word is tough for senator. He said yes. He said because this is what they have become now. That is the people. I think in the UK they call them House of Commons. The people that make law, Yoruba say, Ile Igbimọ Aṣòfin, the House of Commons, where you make a law, the lawmaker, they are the lawbreakers. Because she's a woman. Nobody, even though her own gender. Look at what Ireti Kingibe is facing with this man in Abuja. And you know what Ireti said? You see such thing, you fight it silently. So everything that not women, so they should be silent. Silent. You remember the man who says a gallant soldier when we were talking yesterday? They say she is a gallant soldier. I say no, more than gallant. She is a combatant soldier. I'm not from Kogi State. I saw Natasha to be a combatant soldier who has been to war, fight, stand for his people, face rebels. We are here to bring peace. That is who Natasha is, because she's the only woman that came out a part of Joy Nune. After the Joy Nune issue, what did they do? They removed her as NDD's director. So this is what we are seeing every day. Now you are suspending her, and I'm not a lawyer. What I understand, according to the law, you don't suspend people more than 21 or how many days. You people flash that woman for 6 good months. Now, if you are to impose that 6 months, what about her constituency that elected her? Do you think everything they are giving, they shouldn't give the constant, whatever they are allocated, and you suspend her with nothing? Nothing. You see, I've seen this as a premeditated plan. This has been planned by them, and you could be ashamed when his wife is coming out to defend husband. Because as a woman, I don't know what is your stress. And you won't say you don't know the kind of man your husband is. So whatever is going on now is not going to stop now. That I'm guarantee. It's not going to stop, because this thing will not go. Okay, look at some other woman they went to bribe. Leave our son alone. Leave our son. Now the people from what they call it, the Igbira people now stand up and look at those kangaroo people who go and gather themselves that they are Igbira. They are calling what do they call? They want to call her back home. Those are people that they've been bribed. You see, for how long we'll be doing all this thing in Nigeria? So anytime I come up, I say, I'm not seeing Nigeria under this kangaroo leadership. Nigeria can never be better. And this thing is happening. We've seen it in Senate. Our children, our students, do you know what they are suffering? Being brutalized, being sexually harassed. But nobody say anything. No, because they have the power to do whatever they wanted to do and get away with it. So we continue, and the lady said something. Say, "No, justice will surely prevail." Say justice. You suspended her already, but whether you like it or not, justice will come one day. I believe these people will not continue to stay forever. They will not continue to stay forever. But how do we get justice? A Yoruba reporter came out. He said, "Kílẹ̀ tó pòṣìkà." He said, "Orere àti bàjẹ́." He said, before a bad person, wicked man die, he said the innocent will have suffered. He said, now the innocent has passed away, but the wicked man refused to die. He said the wicked man refused to die, and the people contributed money for the wicked man today. I listened to what that man saying. So when we leave these people, for how long? The lot of things there, the insecurity is there, everything is on the ground. And here you are molesting a woman, sexually harassed. He's a lawyer. He's not just an ordinary illiterate. He's a barrister. He's a lawyer. And you will see this one come. I've never, not even one person out of 119 senators. No, and the other people will be doing eye service. They went and tell, oh, you see, and when you see these people go on the media, you see what they are saying. I can assure you that this thing will be spread like fire. It's not going to go down. And if you look at all the media has today, 1, 2, 3 of them will come up with that in a day. People will come out, go on the radio station everywhere. It's all about Natasha Akpoti. I was listening to Akpabio. I posted on my TikTok when he was invited into, I think it's Arise News or Channel News. We were asking about Joy Nune. And look at what this man was saying. Yes, you have to go and bring the 4 husband, the one she has married before. They're asking you questions. You are talking about the husband she married before. That she has married 4 or 6 husbands. A man talking like parrots. You should go and meet the man, go and invite the husband so you can. No, now. You see, these are the people that are supposed to be in prison. These people are supposed to be handcuffed. They're supposed to be in prison yard, but they are the same people that rule us today because we don't have leader. I won't say these people are leading us. They are ruling us. I can call them a ruler. You see, this case, I mean, me, I'm following it, Niger crime, but I know it's not going to go down easy, sir. For
Okay,
now.
sir. Okay, sir. Thanks a lot, Prof. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me go to Omalayo. Omalayo, when we look at the whole scenario from the gender aspect of it, do you think Natasha she's been left alone?
Yeah, thank you for that question. Right. I would say for a fact that now presently, yeah, maybe in the Senate, right, she's been left alone, but now as it is, she's not left alone. And the good thing is that it's even happening when we have International Women's Day. So the women are now coming out. I think I shared something with you to see that even the Bar Association are in support of Natasha. So you could see that it is like what Prof said, it's not war that is coming to an end pretty soon. They're ready to drag. Yeah. Whatever they did, or maybe the sanction or whatever, yeah, there should be law and obey. But is it done in the rightful way? No. Did they do it in the right approach? No. Because it was when she came out to say that she wanted, a petition against the Senate President, that is when they knew that they need to sanction her for her mannerism at the Senate. So I would say for a fact that the women and the gender right are not keeping quiet on this regard.
Natasha and Akpabio, they were one good family
Good
friend.
family. Yeah.
Yeah. And To my surprise, also, even the image maker of Akpabio, he was recommended by Natasha's husband,
Right.
but he was the one that pushed out that press statement as regards to pancake and revealing clothes. The barrier of our work
And
ethic,
friendship.
yeah, and friendship. That's where I'm going.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good question. Anyways, I think we should be able to differentiate work ethic from friendship, right? If we are able to differentiate that you are my friend and you have barriers, you have your allies, that this is what I'm not supposed to go beyond, it will help you. And I would say this is what a lot of us are lacking in our workplace, that we bring our friendship into workplace. You should be able to know that this is work ethic. This is the rules that govern us to work as a team, regardless of differences, regardless of anything you have. You need to lay that one aside and achieve a common goal. That's the purpose of that work ethic. But however, if you're thinking that because you're my friend and I could just shiver and get whatever I want to go scot-free because you're my friend, no, that is not you're not striking a balance. No, you need to be able to differentiate your friendship from work.
Some people, yeah, they've pulled out one or two string there. They said, if truly
Like,
that she loves the husband or that she's not doing something behind, that she should have come out to tell the husband instead of going to the media, disbursing the whole scenario and then now alter that statement out.
how will I strike a balance with that, right? Do you like think she's there
Yeah.
fair or not? I would say
Mm-hmm.
for a fact that, right, even before she would grant that interview, I'm sure her husband is aware that the allege of Senate President, right,
Yeah.
that the husband is aware. It's not like hidden from the husband. Maybe at first instance, maybe at that first instance when the man asks her, as a woman, because you know that these people you are friend, you say you want to just, erase that from your head and his head, that is not true. Like giving a second chance, maybe that one is just on a passive. Okay, let's see if this is going to happen again. It could be the reason why at first why she said, "Oh, my husband asked me when we lay on bed that okay, what was the Senate President telling you? I noticed I held your hand, and every lady will do that because you want the good for your man. Your friendship. You won't want to just come out to say no or anything because you want to be sure maybe this person is on the right thinking, or maybe I'm just assuming, or it could be assumption. Okay, let me just give it, like, let me just lay it aside. Then maybe if another scenario occurred, then you could ask, like, maybe that was when she now had to tell her husband that, oh, the discussion you asked me, oh, it is true. But because then she could just, presume that, okay, it's just a normal discussion, so there is no concrete evidence yet. Of course, you a man, you will know if a man is trying to check your woman as a man. Body language, you will even know. Even if you are not talking as a man, you will know that. Even if you are rejecting, or maybe the person just shiver, you will know that something is not.
Yeah.
Body language, it could be from the body language. That's where the man sense something is not right. And for the man to tell her that I don't want you to travel to anywhere alone, I don't want to do this. Actually, he knows that this person is my friend, but then I need you to guide yourself too.
Okay.
I guess I answer your question, sir.
Yeah, but for Natasha, right, not coming out the very first day when the husband
I
sent
think
those
I
scenario.
think that's the normal norm for, like I said earlier on,
Is
when I
she
was
is she
giving
is
my
she
own.
trying is she trying to save her marriage or is she trying to save her work at the
I
same
think
time?
it's both. I think it's
Okay.
both. He's not trying to save our work. He's just trying to save the relationship.
Mhm.
And the relationship in question is the friendship
Within
between Natasha
the
husband
family, yes.
and the Senate President, the family. And I
You see,
think it's
host,
just
sorry, my sister, what he's trying to do around that place, she thought it is something that you can bring under control. by
Yeah,
herself.
that's why I
So
said
that I
something
can
close.
control this. You understand me? It's not
Yeah,
everything I can tell my husband. Does not
yeah,
mean he's
not
hiding
even,
anything.
no,
He's
it's
still
not
a
even
senator.
hiding.
And there's nothing if the Senate president say, okay, let's hold and be. So he's looking at him as my Oga. So he doesn't have anything. He's in the Senate president that has something in mind. You understand me? Because if she doesn't have anything, say they're working and was working. But you see, she's a lawyer. Look at the way she's talking. And he begins to work fast. But the husband is saying that, what is he telling you? Look, there, I can handle it. Don't worry. But because of no, I don't want to do this. So what I supposed to gain from our people, you are denying them. You understand me? And let me tell you, this issue that happened, some of women have get that opportunity. Look, the man tells you, say, I'm number 3 here. I can make you what you want to be. You understand me? I didn't understand all these things. I don't want to be part of this. You throw her at the back. Now let's go back a little bit, host. Remember, during Bukola Saraki, same thing happened to this Akpabio. Came early in the morning and discovered his seat has been
Was
changed.
changed.
You understand me? It just like a watch. He was standing. Later he apologized. So this woman have rights. Look at the back, and some people will say it's the rule of Senate. Look at chair, empty chairs, and you went and throw her at the back. This is like I will frustrate your life. You understand me? Whatever you bring before me, I will not do until you
Let
do what
me
I ask you to do.
let me add to what
That is
Prof just said. As if that one wasn't enough, right? Everybody have a mic to talk. You silence a mic. You see her even fighting the mic and like, I need to talk, I need to speak. They will say it will go on the surface. She will still put her mouth there. Regardless, the question you asked me, I feel like she's just trying to save the friendship. Also to be sure if the passes or maybe what she heard is right, giving another chance for you to play out before I could say, Bobo, the question you asked me earlier on about maybe your friend is doing this, is doing that. Because you could not just come on the first assumption that this is what happened. Of course, we do that in relationship. I'm sure everybody here is married or you have a relationship whereby you notice that somebody is doing something with your babe or your man. You will want to ask, but your babe will just tell you, it's not needed, it's not now, because there's no concrete evidence yet to back whatever allegation or whatever assumption or what she presumed at that moment. So she could just say when they lay in bed and say, but let's leave, don't worry. But actually, from what she said about what her husband told her, the husband knew something was wrong. It could be from body language, it could be that he heard them.
Mama Giwa said that as there's nothing like sexual harassment in the house. you know. So, but I mean, you are woman. Will you feel it? Will you see it? Will you sense it? I mean, the body language, the red flag, if someone is trying to make pass at you. Like I said, because someone said in the Senate that there's nothing like that, that you, the moment you're a senator, that nobody can make any pass at you sexually, that you put yourself up there. What is it?
I felt very disappointed. At the same time, I wasn't surprised based on our country. So, and knowing that women are always being disvalued in Nigeria, it's not new, and it's really loud. It's not even hidden at all. And uh, I don't know. Something also crossed my mind when I was reading it. I remember when we talked once on Nigerian crime about a lady that came up. I think it has to do with a military lady that came up to talk about. Yeah. So yeah. So while I was reading, I remember that and how that was also handled, and even she coming up to say such a thing. So looking at this one now, it's similar. It's similar thing too. It's painful that a woman is going through that, and she's also being punished. for already being emotionally punished. However, so it's painful that she's going through that. And I also believe that is very humiliating because I was trying to think, is this person married? I believe she's married. So which I see that she's married. So I also wonder how the husband is going to feel concerning it. And I know what they throw at women when it has to do with a woman saying I was harassed or I was raped. So they will always be really, I wondered how the husband would be feeling. But anyway, so it's the country where we are from. For the question that you asked, yeah, as a woman, I don't, I think maybe most women, but I believe that me for one, I would know when a man is kind of coming closer, because of the flexibility, especially if it's somebody that I already know, depending on how long I get to know the person. Even if I don't know the person for a long time, so a flexibility of a man towards a woman can actually tell if there is any hidden intention inside uh, the man. Because sometimes some men are not outspoken, but with their actions and their acts, you can tell if they are trying to say something to you, especially if they don't know how your response is going to be. So they will rather be doing some kind of reaction, but they are very flexible um, around you. So with that, a woman should know and be able to put in what's it called, like a boundary. So if she start noticing it, she has to start setting the boundaries early enough because men on the other hand, I know there are many here, but I'm speaking as a woman the way we think. So men on the other hand, when they notice that you as a woman you're being flexible, you're reciprocating back what they are giving to you, it will keep the man to come close. His reasoning will be thinking that you are accepting what he's doing, so that is why it's better for the woman. As soon as you notice it and you're not approve of it, you have to start withdrawing. Because there is this thing in men's brain that just get ready thinking, especially when it has to do with something like that. They wouldn't think, they might be afraid for you to not to turn them down. So that might make him not to be very fast to come in, but he'll be watching you. So, but for the women, since the woman already know that no, this thing is crossing. So for that, and I know I'm going to say no or I don't want, then you have to start showing the person the red lights that no, no. So if maybe they talk so much, then you can reduce the talking because that will also scare the man away because he doesn't know why you suddenly start putting up some attitude. Because I tell you, men don't like when you say no to them. It affects them. So also when they see that your attitude has changed towards them, it also affects them. So it would be wise enough for the woman to withdraw whatever it is. Let me call it privilege. That privilege that she has opened for the person to withdraw it back. It goes a long way. So a woman can actually know if a man is coming into the holding of hand. I wish I know that thing. I kind of smile because it happens to a situation like that happened to me. So I kind of smile like, oh my god, it's actually a very, very yeah, because sometimes we are not conscious about some things until somebody brings it to our attention. So for me, so I was talking with somebody and it's even a married man also. So we were discussing something that has to do with a team something. So he just kind of held my hand and like, no, Susan, I think so. I didn't even know that somebody was watching. Like, why is he holding a hand? And my head didn't go there. My mind never go there. But as soon as that came to my thoughts later, I was like, oh my God, why did he have to hold me to convince me for that? It doesn't even have to. So, but that made me, I had to always be conscious with him whenever we're talking about things that has to do like that, because I don't know whether anybody was looking. I don't know. So it's very, very good that when you notice something like that, you really bring an end to it. So a woman can know when a man is being too flexible towards her.
The senators over there, can we say, right, that some of them also are in the same direction, allegedly, as what Akpabio was alleged? Are we going to see more people coming out after Natasha has spoken?
So are you asking if they are, if the male senators, they are probably culpable
Yeah,
of similar kind of
of
behavior,
similar kind of situation, yeah, behavior.
and that's why they probably wouldn't see a problem with it. I think your guess is as good as mine. I'm not entirely sure that any Nigerian man would sufficiently. I'm not sure that we aspire to that level of morality in the Nigerian society. I'm not saying that there are no outliers out there. There are definitely lots of outliers, but I can't say that our politics, when it comes to that level of morality, um, the Americans try to cast themselves as angels, if you like. But look at what Donald Trump has shown everybody, that what, we don't have this kind of morality. You know, 3 or 4 wives and 7 or 10 children, and Elon Musk is running around the White House with 14 children and counting.
Do you think Akpabio's wife has that um, grand in suing Natasha? Because in the suit, Natasha did not mention Akpabio's wife. Natasha did not mention Akpabio's children. Why did why did Akpabio's wife suddenly now got up and sue Natasha? Do you think that there's a case in there?
I think Mr. John raised a point when he was speaking that he wanted me to talk on before I answer this question. I think it borders on maliciousness of Senator Natasha's accusations. If those
Right.
accusations were springing from a place of malice and all of those things. Now, I want to first start by saying that when a crime is committed, there is no status bar as to when you can maintain an action. Somebody can steal 50 years ago and you only have evidences or reasons to sue him after 50 years. You can still maintain a valid course of action against the person. I don't know if you remember the story of I think this happened about 2 or 3 years ago. The story of Fato Ibo, Reverend Fato Ibo, and
Yeah, and
yes, and
the wife of
Timida Kolo.
Midakolo, yeah.
Yes, and we can see how long the alleged rape was said to have happened. You understand? And the court entertained it. The court entertained it. The only reason why, while this couldn't go further, or what the court ruling came up to be at the end of the day, was that there was no evidence, which I also suspected. You don't prove issues like this based on words of mouth. Oh, he raped me, he did. No, you bring hardcore evidence. Like, you are going to bring a medical examination that, okay, oh, there are injuries in my labia minora, my labia majora, and the person's semen, hairs, and everything was found in my body. It's matched with his DNA. All of those things. And because of when it happened, and as at the time it happened, or at the time she alleged it happened, she did not think to gather evidences or any of those things, and that is the reason why a good course of action or this did not run to her favor. So when we look at the instance case at hand, we can see a great nexus. This woman is saying, I am being victimized, that the change of my chair was victimization. And right there in the house, she proceeded to read Order 10 on privileges. is like invoking your constitutional rights to your constitutional rights as a citizen or as a human being under our constitutions, going to shouting fundamental rights section 4 of the constitution. You understand? And she was even hushed down. She was not allowed to talk. And that was where she lost it. So when she went to grant interview, she was like saying that this is not the first time. I am being victimized for being a woman. This is not the first time. And they were like, where, when has this other things happened? She was like, okay, the Ajokuta crisis, you can
Still.
see what happened. That this matter came up more than 4 times, and it was never heard. Whenever it is time to take their Ajokuta motion, the Senate President will rise. There would always be an emergency for 4 consecutive times. It will be listed but never taken. And we've seen it earlier. This is not the first time. I think about 7 months ago, they had a few months ago, they had the issue of we are not in the clubhouse. I've been in the nightclub.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we can see some of these things playing out. And somebody is trying to because the question is being asked, why have you behaved this way? And she's saying this is not the first time this is happening to me. And this is where all these other allegations started coming up from. And there is nothing malicious about this. There is nothing malicious about this. Somebody is telling her full story. Somebody is telling her whole truth. If you as the Senate President, you find what she's saying very distasteful, you have or what she's saying is a lie, you have a lot of legal ways that you can take this thing, you can take the matter up. The question you asked on Akpabio's wife maintaining
Life, yeah.
a course of years.
The
Now, her case is dead on arrival. I know that I heard she filed multiple of cases, but then her case on defamation is dead on arrival because there are 5 basic things a person has to prove before you can maintain an action in defamation. If I wake up today and I say that I want to maintain a case of defamation against anybody, the first thing I must prove was that the matter concerned or the statement that is defamatory refers to me, not to my husband, not to my wife, not to my, it refers to me as a person. Secondly, that statement has reduced my reputation. It has hampered my reputation. Number 3, that statement was published. Number 4, the statement was false. And number 5, this statement was made without any privilege. I think there are 6. One can now add that the intention of making that particular statement. So if we look at all of this, it's with regards to Akpabio's wife, it has failed the first test, which is that this must refer to you, must be referring to you. So the court is simply going to throw it out because she lacks locus. She lacks locus. She doesn't have the right to maintain such an action. The person who can validly maintain an action on defamation in this instant suits is Akpabio himself. So if he feels that all of these things this woman is saying, this senator is saying are false, he should be the one validly, legally able to maintain this action.
With due respect, sir, does it
Yes.
mean that lawyers, right, um, they know this job, right, more than each other? Because Akpabio's wife now, she wasn't the one that wrote the petition. It was a lawyer. So if you are telling me now that you have like 6 count or 6 stuff that you need to look into before you say something is defamed, That means that the lawyer that sat down with Akpabio's wife, that means probably maybe he or she did not pass through the law school.
No, 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 no. We are failing to understand that a lawyer is a businessman. That law is serious business. I think that is where we fail it most of the times. We expect a lot and so much from lawyers. I'm not saying we shouldn't. We should, but we should also appreciate the fact that law is serious business. I think it was a judge that said this in one of it's serious business. It is business. We've met very cantankerous clients that you will be telling that this is the best course
Approach.
of action to take in this instant case, and they are telling you this is what I want you to do for me. They will tell you this is what I want you to do for me. And sometimes, because we are lawyers, we know all of these things. This is just a delayed tactic, it's just a ploy, just to waste each other's time. We'll be like, okay, we'll file. We'll just file like 10 different suits. Okay, by the time we finish striking out all these suits from the court, one after the other, maybe 6 months would have passed. You know that kind of a thing, just to buy time.
Mhm.
We found frivolous matters. That is why the Supreme Court, the court, not just the Supreme Court, they've now come up with some very radical judgments in the recent past. That's when a lawyer files a matter that is frivolous, that he knows is frivolous, everybody sees at the face of it that is frivolous, that the court is going to award cost, not against the plaintiff, but now against the lawyer personally.
Mm.
So instead of saying, oh, the plaintiff, you wasted our time, the court will say, lawyer, you've aided this plaintiff to waste our time. Come and pay the court 10 million naira.
Correct.
So I don't believe that Akpabio's lawyer, Akpabio's wife's lawyer, is going to be a daft person. For somebody as rich as Akpabio and his family, they have access to the best the country ever has, even outside the country or within the country. So it could all be a ploy. It's all a ploy. You
Okay.
understand?
I actually want to have to question, yeah, because based on what you just line up now, and the lawyer could say that based on Senator Natasha, right, that there is a damage to his wife. So are you saying that is not a local standing yet?
I want to first of all start by saying that the thought of defamation is a thought in person. It is an action you maintain personally because it is something that personally has affected you. Now, these 6 or 5 ingredients that I have listed, it is not, it is either you prove A or you prove B. You must prove these 5 things as a plaintiff. The 5 of them must be complete. Number one, that this
Is your grounds?
statement, yes, was that you were the person that was being referred to. If somebody comes and says, oh, the president is, he talk a lot of things about the president without mentioning anybody's name. We have the president of the Senate, we have the president of Federal Republic of Nigeria, we have the president of ASU, we have the president of our association. So who exactly is being referred to? That is why you see some of these artists when they throw shades on each other.
They don't mention
Somehow
names.
we know exactly. Somehow we know that we know who they are talking to. But the person that is being spoken to will now come out and be like, okay, oh, I've heard all you are saying, be sure for you, mention my name. And that becomes an issue. You understand? So, in the instant case, we can see that the person that was being referred to was Senator Akpabio. There was never a time this woman said Akpabio's household had sexually harassed her or she was referring to the person of the Senate President, which is a
As an
singular person,
individual.
as an individual, which is a singular person. Now, you
Thank you.
cannot say, oh, that the damage now, this is remote. It is so remote. The damage you are talking about is so remote because apart from, if not this press conference she did, I never knew her. If Akpabio's wife was dark, fair, slim, tall, and handsome, I never knew her. And I'm sure that most Nigerians doesn't
Don't know.
know that she because really nobody knows who she is. So there is nothing she can prove about the case of a joinder. You cannot even say, okay, well, let us do joinder of parties because this person is talking about one person. Her being in that suit alone nullifies, makes that suit bad. It makes it defective. Her presence in that suit makes it defective.
If we look at it this way, whatever affects the man affects the woman because they are together. Just like you mentioned, you didn't know the woman, but this case now brought her out. Now, even if anybody is accusing or pointing finger on him, if they see the wife, they say this is the wife. And whatever who the man is being given, the wife takes it. I get your point based on it should be direct to the person. But because this both people, they are couples, so I think because I try to look at it that if it's me, I'm going to stand on the also where that woman is standing because whatever affects my husband affects me and affects my home. And if you, even if it should just be him, but for the fact that it will bring me out, because this case is bringing her out, just like you mentioned. If that case, if that allegation didn't come up, she wouldn't be known. And yeah, something like that.
But
Okay,
law doesn't work that way.
I
Um,
I see where you
You have
yeah, yes, I agree,
put
but
yourself.
it's a claim. Yeah, it's a
I,
claim. That is why they go to court to talk about it. It's a claim. I could claim something, I could stand on it.
yes, I see where you're
No, no, we
coming from.
can't hear you. We can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, I see where you are coming from, but then I want to respond like this. Now you are coming from the angle of the issue of consortium. Consortium is the sum total of rights that accrues to couple by the reason of being married, and
Hmm.
what the Christian people would always say that
Two shall
two has
become one.
become two has become one. You know that kind of a thing. But in law, you are two separate entities and there are areas of privileges, there are areas of where you have privileges, you have the right to protect each other and all of those things, but not in areas like this. If a man okay, let me take Hush Puppy for example. If Hush Puppy was married and Hush Puppy was caught for, or they were looking for him for the crimes he committed and all of that, and they couldn't find him, they say, "Oh, we now suddenly found a wife. Let us maintain an action against the wife." It is
It's only
going to
Nigerian police do that too. So you
it
can't
is
you
going to
can't.
be very it is going to be extremely very silly. So the question as to the fact that okay, this affects, that is why in law, even when you are bringing an action as a couple, maybe a couple has been offended, you say number one, Mr. Theophilus Okeke, two,
Mrs.
Mrs. Angela Okeke. You cannot even say Mr. and
and
Mrs.
Mrs.
Theophilus Okeke. Mr.
Mm-mm.
and Mrs. Theophilus Okeke does not exist in law. They do not exist in law. It is Mr. This and Mrs. This. So you can see the separateness of their person, their individual persons. You understand? And somehow too, we understand that they are bound together by the reasons of marriage. So this is not part of those things that they
But
can defend
but
each
then
other.
But then inside that suit, you then need to define why that person has been added as a second term.
Exactly. So it's not part of those issues. When you suspect that a man is committing a crime and you arrest the man, you have taken the man to court to charge him for the crimes, and then you are calling the wife to come and give evidence. The woman can decide not to give evidence against her husband. She will come to court and stand and be looking at all of you. It is her right as a wife to protect her husband. She don't go talk put. She go dey look una. You understand? And the law permits that. You understand? So, but the law doesn't permit this kind of one that you now fight your battle. She is not God. When God says to the children of Israelites, hold your peace and I will fight for you. No. The law does not permit couples, one couple to hold their peace so that the other one will fight for them. You fight your personal battle by yourself.
Do you think that some women will be scared to go into politics because of this harassment of a thing?
Well, I could say that there are some people, right, that they stood their ground against all notes, not to mingle in that kind of act, and they get to wherever they deem fit that they want to get to without iota of doubt. Whereby you see some people, right, they are ready to do whatever it takes for them to get to that position. Politics is dirty and is not for somebody that is meek and does not have mind of his own or is not ready, except you have some shebang, as in some real core madness to stand against everything that they bring for you. Again, this is what happened in civil servants, civil service, right? It's like normal norm for them to, whereby you see some people, they engage in that kind of act to get promoted, whereby you see some people, right? If they are not engaging in that act, they remain in that same level. It happens. So it is just that you should not know what you want. If you can persevere, if you know this is you, this is what you want to fight for, stand against it and just get it done. And I think Natasha fought the same thing during Yaya Bello.
Yeah.
So look at her again fighting the same thing. Yeah, a lot of people were saying, is she the only one? And some people said that she had them 6 children for different men. You cannot question that with a right standing. Yeah, one can make mistake when it comes to choosing and any other thing. That doesn't mean that one is jumping from one bed to another. We have a lot of that happens, right? Even when it comes to mere counselorship, mere counselor of your ward, grassroots. If you're not ready to kiss some people's asses, you can't get to wherever you want to get to. It's only take the grace of God and your right standing to know that this thing I'm not ready to juggle or mingle. So it's rather that I stand still and let people know that I stand for truth, justice will prevail. That's why you see some people, they will tell you that Omotanye. When you see some people, they will tell you that Omonye Gongolafe. It is her that we want. So they will not question you. So if you say against all odds, if you bring it for me, I don't want it, and you shout, whistle blowing, they will not come to your dwelling at all. They'll just say leave her. So they will say leave her there. Leave her there means wakpembe.
But then
So that's why you see some people, right, that they don't have that perseverance. That when they've given them, they squeeze them, you now see them giving up. Whereby you see some people, they will tell you that, take it, let me just carry my kanya and go and sit somewhere else. When the time comes, you know that it is, you understand? So it is like that. Like I said, even in civil servant, I be civil service, yes. Go and ask some people, they will tell you their file is under the decks, where you see some people they are flying, or maybe they will just take them to another juicy department.
Hmm.
So that is it. But however it is, right? If you have flair for politics and you know you want to be right standing, there are some people that are doing it. They did it well without outer of any rubbish, and they stood, they fought. That's why I see some people they can stand still with any man and say, "Oh yeah, tell me." Look into my eyes and tell me, because they know that these people, they go to wherever they go to, or they get wherever they go to, or they accomplish whatever they did because they are upright and right standing.
Hmm. All right. Let me go back to Susan. Susan, yeah. Susan, let's look at the children, you know, that are in this situation now. Do you think the children need some kind of counseling, or they should just, let it fly like that? Because some of the children, they're not small anymore. Even though if they don't check the internet, they will hear from the school, not from their friends, from their colleagues. Do those children, do they need counseling? How do we explain such to our children, assuming this thing happened to us? Or should we just, blank face and say, you know what, don't talk about it? Or should we talk about it with our children? And how do we let them understand, the scenario that goes on there?
Anyway, I don't know when it happened, as in how long she kept it before she decided to speak up. That phrase matters a lot. Some people, when they go through something like that, they can decide to keep it for some time to, first of all, be able to manage what might happen in the secret before coming out to the open. So if they are able to manage them, then when they come out to the open, it wouldn't really affect the family like that, because they are already awaiting whatever is going to come up afterwards. So I don't, when I think it was John, there was something he said I wanted to react to, like how long it took for the woman to come up to say it. So because things like that is not what you should just outrightly say like that. You have to start from your home first, because definitely it's going to affect the kids, even though it depends on their age, especially now that online internet is everywhere and children have access to it. So I believe that definitely she has spoken with the children before coming out to do that. So on a case like that, I would just say the person should definitely speak with the children. But irrespective of that, people will say things to the children. People will, maybe they are in school, people will definitely say, some will say the children, their mom lied and all that, or their mom even wanted it, our people, or she was even the cause, definitely. So I think yeah, if it's possible for the children to have to go through some talking section with the family, the parents, if they are of age of managing the situation, then it's also good, because it will help the children to be able to know that when something happened to you, you shouldn't keep it. You should be able to speak up no matter what. And that is why it's good to train your children in a way that they should not be intimidated by anybody or anything that is happening. Because our children always follow what we are doing, not actually what we are saying. It's what we do more that they follow. So I think usually an incident like this, even if it's going to demonize the kids a little, depending on how they are going to manage it, it will also help them to know that whatever situation that you're going through, you should be able to speak up, because it's going to help your child, especially the female child inside, if she does have a female child, not to subdue to anything that is happening around that because of what people are going to say. But believe me, people will always say things. However, so that's why I like what Tomala said, based on the mindset of a politician. Before you become one, you should have grounded yourself to a point that No matter whatever that will hit you, you are able to stand it. And definitely, if you're raising a family, you're not going to raise a family with a shallow-minded people. You're definitely going to raise people that have strong mind, knowing that anything could hit their parents. So their stand matters a lot. So I believe that in the secret place, they might have taken care of some things before she will be able to come out to voice it out, knowing that it's definitely going to be a hit. So I actually like that aspect of her because it's very encouraging. So whether the children needs to be talked to, yeah, I believe that, but their age matters a lot.
Do you think Akpabio can be removed from that Senate seat as a Senate President of Nigeria?
Very possibly, because if somebody is alleging that you've abused your power as a
Mhm.
Senate president, you know the only way you can remove a senator in Nigeria is by the constituency. You understand, and maybe by the courts. Yes. So, but with that of the Senate president, I would have to quickly check. But I think that this can also be a ground to such removal. You understand? Because if this is causing throwing the Senate in a bad light, you understand? The president who appointed him, you understand, can also, or the senators who, whichever way he was, they can also come together and be like, okay, you know what, you need to step down for a while so that somebody else fills your shoes, Yes. So it's possible that this can cost him his seat. It's
Mm.
very possible.
But as it is right now, from the look of things, it's like he's a president's candidate. So if he's going to be removed, he's not going to be so easy like that. Except to me, right? This is my opinion. Except if he really offend Tinubu, yeah, to the extent that Tinubu will say, well, you know what, you just got to get out of this place. But apart from that, I don't think that man. I don't think even if they go to court. I mean, sorry, with due respect, sir. I mean, the judiciary, we all know what it is. That is going to be a little bit difficult for them to take that man off that seat. And I mean, there was a survey, right, that it said out of all the Senate that we've had, that this Senate, Akpabio, his own term is really, really, really the worst as
Mm.
regards to all the shenanigans that goes on in the Senate. So, I think Malaya has something to say or a question. Go ahead.
Uh, sorry, you know that this government has been very, very unpopular with the masses. You understand? So
Yeah.
I don't even think it doesn't even look like the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria would be willing to, you understand, condone this kind of thing to depopularize him the more. I'm not sure he would even want to, you know, because really this is an administration where nobody likes you, and
Hmm.
then you now have people working for you who are really, really very terrible. That is, if at the end of the day, all of these things we are talking about, sexual harassment, Senator Natasha is able to prove them. You understand? It's I don't think he's going to want to, cover up for him, because he already has a lot in his plate. He has a lot of garbage in his plate. So it's if he wants to do that, it's going to be very silly. Like it, it doesn't really make sense.
You just
Okay.
took that word
Malaya
out
has
from my
something.
mouth, anyways. Because yeah, you just took that out of my mouth because I guess that is going to be very careful this time because a lot of, like you said, a lot of jamboree, a lot of drama, and he has had a whole lot that he's kind of tired of. So he will want to play safe. People are saying, you have another term now. So you have to just play the game rightly. I think for me, I think if at all he's going to put his mouth in it, except he's going to just turn a blind eye to it to see as if nothing's happening, is not aware. But if it
You mean,
comes to his
you
table,
mean the president, right?
yeah,
Okay.
except he's going to do that. But if it comes to the table, I think as this thing is going, Akpabio would step down a bit, then come back.
What do you mean step down a bit? Step down theoretically or step down physically?
Theoretically, physically, or whatever, whatever word you need to say. Because even presently, somebody just analyzed it now that what Akpabio ought to do was just to suspend himself. And because this petition had been dropped even before you came to say you want to discipline Natasha, and it being the discipline came, the punishment or the discipline, whatever, came before the petition, yeah, you're standing on a good ground. But the petition has override the
The allegation.
whatever punishment they did.
Mm-hmm.
Had it been there is noise about what Natasha did, nobody is saying what she did is right. No. Yet there is law and order. But however, is she the only person that's always has been disobeyed the sitting or maybe shouted? Did you front anyone? Did you discipline any senator at all? Do we hear about that? Now, she came out to say her truth. Is her truth. And is her story. Again, and there's a caveat. She said that if Senator Akpabio can she prove or ready to I will say counter what she said. She's ready.
Counter, yeah.
Counter her claim.
Her claim
that she's ready, meaning that she got evidence. She have it done. Don't forget again, one of the senators said we did not even use that one on a passive, that she mentioned to her that Senator Akpabio have asked her to come to the hotel.
Yeah, that's a taking
where, yeah, nobody mentioned that. Nobody was even talking about that one on a passive. That woman mentioned that she told her, but then they did not go into detail.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that either. So I'm sure this thing is messy already. So Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the first number one of Nigeria, will want to turn his eye, or Akpabio should just go down and they will settle behind closed bar and come back to sit.
Now, this matter will be say day for grant, so right, and if you have to analyze it, yeah, in your own way, how would you analyze the whole scenario?
I must say that I really don't like the way this whole conversation is going. I mean, the way Amana they are pushing it, I really feel so embarrassed that at this present age and time, a narrative like this can still be bent, and nobody will be allowed to talk. You understand? You ask a question before now about the children. What are the children supposed to learn or do? Are you supposed to explain to the children or the girl child? And so now, from the way and manner the Akpabios are doing this stuff, like I just read a small write-up from Remi Tinubu. And what was she saying? She said women should be able to preserve themselves, or women should be able to carry themselves in such a way not to be cheap. Not to be cheap for men. Yeah, not to be cheap for men to harass.
Be mature.
I see those comments as so embarrassing, really. That's why sometimes I keep saying women are the problem of women. Women, are basically the problem of women, not men. Look at the people coming out, standing up to talk. They are men. And why most of these men are talking is because they know they have a girl child. In that country that we are, if you go through, if you have gone through the four walls of a normal Nigeria university, I'm not talking about a very, very conducive private university, I'm talking about a government university. You should know what people go through before they could get to where they are going to. I am not in the opinion of saying Natasha is right or Akpabio is right or wrong. I'm of the school of thought that there is an allegation, and this allegation needs to be looked into thoroughly. One, because it's an allegation against someone. Two, a lot of people are watching. Now, look at what happened now. If this thing is swept under the carpet, Natasha is being suppressed and oppressed, and she has been suspended, she has been, veto powers is being used on her. Tell me, what would the next person that is sexually harassed do? What would be the reaction of the next person that one will speak out? And the most disappointing people in this whole conversation are the women in power. Nobody has been able to come out to make a statement. Nobody is telling you to support Natasha. For me, when there's an issue, I'm not gender. I don't base my submission on gender. I base my submission on who is right or wrong. Be you a man, be you a woman. But as it is now, you are in a house of about 109 people. 105 are male. You have 4 females. Now, one is coming out to say, irrespective of the fact that she's coming out after an outburst or whatever, to say I was harassed. As we speak today, the other women that work in the National Assembly are honoring Akpabio, that Akpabio is a very good man. The women that works at the National Assembly today, they are giving him an award as the most gender-friendly Senate president they've ever seen. What are they? What narratives are they pushing? I said yesterday, if this is how justice can be really, really fast in giving out, someone complained about something, not up to how many days, you've decided the issue, you've suspended her, you've done the, we have a lot of crimes, a lot of things that have been happening all around town. If justice can be served this fast, then what happened to the rest others? Now, coming back to another question we asked, which is, can Akpabio be removed from the seat? One thing about Nigerian politics, of which I say, the more you look, the less you see. For now, Akpabio is doing the bidding of Tinubu, take it or leave it. He's doing the bidding of Tinubu. This is what he's saying. This is what they're telling him to do. And in as much as he's doing that, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult to bring him down. But the only problem I see now is I don't know how it's going to materialize. I saw that the power to register a party is it has passed through the second reading. Is about to be taken away from INEC. The second reading just passed through now, so I believe they are going for the final reading, and they're trying to decentralize INEC a little bit, so maybe another body can take off registration of political parties, because all these guys now, Aerofire, they are all gathering here and there, because now Tinubu has planted a lot of thorns and miscreants in PDP. That PDP cannot function. Imagine someone who is the FCT minister is also in PDP. Imagine someone who is the South chairman of PDP, Dan Obi, is also is occupying a position being given to him by a state governor and APC government. Imagine those people. So Tinubu just planted them in APC, PDP, just to destabilize the party, that the party won't even make an headway. So now these people are trying to maybe bring out another political party. And if that is going to scale through, I believe Tinubu will be having a very, very big issue because El-Rufai is talking. I think I saw Sheon Sani or so was talking, and a lot of these guys are talking. Atiku, they are talking. Peter Obi is just walking up and down. They are meeting. They are this and they are that. So if that one go through, I believe Tinubu will know there's fire on the mountain. Then that's the only way Akpabio can be like, let's do something about him. But for now, it's going to be difficult. The other point I just want to stress out is let's allow the lady to portray her point. Let's look into it. Not just because of Natasha alone, because of the next person, the next people, because of the ladies. Politics has been referred to a dirty game. Now they're trying to clean it up. A lot of ladies are still very scared to go into politics because they know you pay with cash, you pay with kind, and you pay with everything. So if this case is swept under the carpet, the way it's been done now from Tinubu, from Akpabio's wife, or Akpabio's wife definitely supports her husband, from the other senators in the House, Ireti Kingibe and all, it's going to be difficult and it's not something too nice. Thank you.
Okay, so because there was a time the barrister was talking about evidence, having evidence. So I was trying to think, okay, so many people go through a sexual harassment that they didn't plan for. It just happened. Okay, so what about if it actually happened, but the person doesn't really have that evidence like that? On this case now, I don't know whether she has evidence or not, except if maybe she has maybe planned something to get her evidence. But I'm saying that in a case where the person does not have any evidence, but something like that actually happened to them, do court dismiss it or do they do anything about it?
This is very tough because the last line of most actions is evidence. You just cannot come and say this is this and this is this. You understand? It is going to be your word against the word of all these other people. You understand? But she's claiming that she has evidence, and as a lawyer, she understands what evidence means. She said something about the telephone conversations they had. You understand about the fact that NCC and the network providers can provide those conversations. They are all evidential. There might also be chats, you understand, or she might have recorded some of these things, or you understand. Evidences must not always be direct too. Or the fact that you can construe the happening of another thing to be the natural consequence of another one. So, yes, when you do not have evidence, in a matter, it's difficult because this is the only way you are able to prove that this is exactly what happened. This is exactly what happens. It could also be possible for people who are saying that Senator Natasha is not saying the truth. It could also be possible. So how do we know if she's lying or not saying the truth without her evidence? It is only your evidence that proves your case.
Okay. Susan, are you okay with that answer?
Uh, anyway, based on law matter, so because I think for somebody to even come out and make such allegation, there is still a dent on herself. So not just
So,
on the person that she's accusing.
Okay. From the comments from the audience here, Aminu Usman Zakari said, "My question is, what will happen to Senator Natasha if she lost her petition?"
okay, so if the petition she submitted to the House of Reps, and you understand, I don't think anything especially would happen to her. It could be a ground for the Senate President to maintain an action against her in defamation. That okay, the Senate Ethic committee has sat on this matter, and they've looked at the weight of evidence, and there was no evidence presented to show that all of these things happened, and so he can validly maintain an action on defamation and say, you have defamed me, therefore pay me so amount of money. You understand? And it would help his case very well. You understand? That loss would help his case very well. Maybe also the Senate ethic, the Senate committee can also do another suspension, or can punish her as they deem fit, ask her to, do a public apology and all of those things. But they cannot remove her. They cannot say, you know what, we are removing you, you can no longer be a senator. No.
Senator.
The worst they can do is to suspend.
Senator Natasha now was asked to step aside for 6 months, right? And within these 6 months, will she be
No
paid?
payment.
No payment, right? Wow.
Yeah.
Including the aids, all the,
Everything is withdrawn.
withdrawn.
Maybe the aids will now go back to
So the normal
assignment, it was assigned to her, so
yeah.
they will withdrawn and go back to their normal office or whatever, like that. But she will not get any payment, anything. That's what the Senate restated. No payment, security withdrawn, but not come near the Senate office. Yes. Senate office sealed. Yes. But I think they gave a caveat. Yes,
Mhm.
6 months. And I think within the 6 months, they asked her to apologize.
Yeah, okay. That would take me to the next question. If she apologized now, is that not going to be a disgrace to her? Not to her
No,
case?
I think the apology they're asking her to apologize is on the ethic.
On the
On
ethics of the Senate, yeah.
the ethics. No, that is not a disgrace. No. That's
Okay,
for law and order.
okay.
For
But
me.
but the sexual harassment case, is still
That
on.
one is still ongoing. That's why I said that whatever they did at the Senate was a right thing with a wrong approach,
Mhm.
wrong timing. Adi being she did not tender the petition, would they be thinking of giving an assignment, I mean punishment, or giving her a punishment?
Yeah,
They even think about it. Adibi, she did not grant the interview she did granted and talked about harassment before she tendered her petition. Are they going to even say they are sitting?
yeah.
No. So it was like she acted before they could say they want to punish her. So in the faces of everybody or everyone that we hear or will read or whatever they feel that they did, they would think that they are playing out based on the allegation or the petition. Do
Okay.
you get?
Yeah.
It's not like they are saying whatever they are doing because of the mannerism, the law and order that need to be administered, that needs to be followed as a senator in the Red House, a big red room, Jenny. Do you
Red, yeah,
get? So
yeah.
now it's two things because they mingle it together. So in the face of everybody and what everybody is saying, now everybody is not seeing uh mannerism or the way she talked. And again, one could say that she spoke from a way of being pushed to the wall.
The wall.
She was supposed to respond, but she reacted. Responding is different from reaction. So it's her
Mhm.
reaction we are seeing. We did not see the behind response she had been giving all this while, that her voice was silent, that she was begging for a bill to be, read out, that she, like, how this Ajakuta is very dear to her heart, took her to another seat. Okay, let her talk. You're not allowing her to talk. So all those outbursts and every other thing made her to outburst, made her to react instead of responding. We saw a video of our first lady now, the one in 2016, that did they discipline her? Was it not the same thing?
No,
But at
yeah.
least she was able to control herself at the extent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we could not lay emphasis or kind of juggle the both together. But she's not the only person that is reacting in Red House rather than responding. She's not the only one. So it's like a way of fallout taking her out, that because you came for the Senate President,
Mm-hmm.
so this is what we are going to do to you.
For you, yeah. Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you're not doing the right thing at the right time with the right approach. When you know that you're going to discipline her, you could have just mentioned it, make it known, and every other thing that people committee will be sitting on your case for you not administering or following the rules that governs the red room. But not
Okay.
until she granted the interview, not until the petition. No, no.
But let me now ask you then, why do you think this Natasha Broha of the thing, why do you think it's trending? Is it because of the Senator Akpabio allegedly involved,
I think so.
or is it because of the press that they push it so
No,
far?
apart from the press have been pushing a lot of things this period. So it's not about press pushing it now. And I also think it's because of the person involved. Why didn't she call other senators?
Hmm.
Why did she call the excuse me, the deputy
Speaker.
speaker or the chief whip?
Hmm.
You got names. Why? Why would she be a family friend, quote unquote?
Yeah, that's really my problem there. A family friend, you know.
Quote unquote.
But
And
but
the
but,
way
but
she's a family needs, the way she's even talking, she said, if I thought she's ready, go for it.
yeah.
Meaning that she there are evidences.
Hmm.
When you are not sure of what you are saying, there is always a way of you to just projecting and try to cover up whatever you said.
Yeah.
But rather, she's mounting on it, repeating
Mm-hmm.
herself to the point of even giving the wife warning that please just go and sit down. Don't put your mouth in this.
Torí evidence pọ̀ ó wà nílẹ̀. Natasha and Akpabio, they are family friends. And Akpabio allegedly is making a pass at Natasha. Some people are saying that show me your friend and I would know the type of person or whatever whom you are. Could it be, yeah, that is the same them because someone said it in one of the platform that the same thing that Akpabio is doing, probably the husband of Natasha is also doing the same thing because both of them are friends. Maybe that is the reason why the Akpabio is making that pass because they know themselves. Maybe when they meet at club, this is what goes on within themselves. But then, I mean, should he go to the extent of doing such allegedly to his friend's wife? That is one. And then, secondly, I don't know who want to take this. Why is it that Natasha was so desperate about their Jakuta matter to the extent that she has to send her husband to go and meet Akpabio in London to go and discuss that and say, Oga, beg, don't forget my constituency.
Last discussion that you were talking with Malaya, I was just thinking that most cases like this, they will always find the amicable way of settling it because looking at these politicians,
Mhm.
they kind of they like where they are. They don't always want to live there. So anything that will make them live there, they will rather like look for a way to bury it,
Mhm.
even if it's still in their mind. Because these people they've come a long way
Mhm.
before now, and the family friends being inside can simply means that might be what gave the man a very flexibility towards the woman,
Mhm.
and I don't know how she counter it to now be um whatever abuse if he was actually making passes. So it's not now. It is something that has been there, but they will always find a way to save it. I think the woman also like her post because of the second question that you mentioned. What I was wondering is what got her to so frustrated that she had to burst out to react the way she reacted just to save whatever that she was trying to save. It might be out of desperation, or maybe she really want the man being in the high position to do something concerning it. But since he's not doing, and if there is something transpiring between them, the best way to get him is by exposing him so that you'll be able to get him. I don't know if I'm clear. That's how I'm trying to look at the whole scenario inside. So them being family friends, they will always find a way to actually bury this thing, because I tell you, that man is not leaving the seat. Even if he leaves the seat, it might just be for a very short while, just for things to die down. Neither is the woman going to leave. So there is still going to be this communion going together between the families. So they will always have a way of sorting it out. They will, because it's politics. In fact, this one too is politics.
I even have something to say regarding the question you asked about why
Just
is
more. Omole,
Ajakuta
please.
so dear to her. Let me just finish, please. Let me please, so dear to her. Everyone representing each constituency or whatever you are doing, you want to protect and deliver to your people. So she's there because they elected that in. So she's representing them. So if nothing is done, it's just as if she's just there, nothing is done. So if it's only that thing alone will be done in her name, she's ready to fight it.
All these protesters coming to say, leave our son alone. What is your son doing? We want my son to win the election. Which election? He's already. They don't even know the details of the. It goes to show that, okay, oh, they have paid people to come and protest, which is very laughable. So if they had paid people to come and protest, would they not come and pay people to give them an award? There's nothing they cannot do. And if they are running up and down, doing all of these things, paying people, begging a first lady to come and read a speech, doing all of this, jumping up and down, it shows that this thing it's having an effect. It is not as little as we look at it. The effect is showing. So what Senator Natasha needs to do is to do what? Apply pressure.
What do you think that this Natasha tsunami, yeah, will bring to the Senate? Is it going to sanitize the Senate in case they call you down there, say, Prof, Abel, come and advise us on this Natasha of a thing? What will you advise them to do? Do they just kick Akpabio come out from that seat, or they should just kick all of them out, or they should sanitize the whole place, or there should be a law that if they smell anything like this is what will happen if you're a senator?
So one thing about this red chamber, this Senate red chamber, the atrocity there is beyond something that one can stand. And you know, these corporates, they all come together in one. They back each other, so you don't see single person. So if I'm advised to come there and give them advice, these people will jail me. They will just lock me up. Forget
Why?
it. They will lock me and throw the key away, because I'm going to face them just the way I face someone. I'm going to face them, tell them the right word, and those right word they won't like to hear it. We all know what they do for this lady. That is not fair. It's very barbaric. But these people you see in that chamber. Now let's put it one side. I think this woman run as a senator under the PDP, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't even see only one PDP to call for press conference.
Hmm.
No single member of PDP. PDP have chairman. They have a public secretary. This lady ran under your platform. How many PDP members in the Senate? None of them could stand for this innocent woman. Nobody. For you to know, these people, they are the same. The only difference is when they want to contest for election. That's why they will know that Ondo people are enemy of Igbo man. So these people, there's nothing you can advise them. But the only thing, whatever this case, whenever this case, anything this case come out with, I see Natasha as a hero. I see Natasha as a combatant soldier. You know, people could gag against you, but as long, a part of God Almighty, as long your husband is beside you, that's all. Sometimes you see this NBA that come up now, don't be surprised when there's a threat from the up down there. The president of the NBA now, the body is shaking. You will see they will change their tone. These people can do something from up, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. Everything they are doing is by order. Because I think my brother was saying, in all these things, where's the president? In all this one, where's the president of Federal Republic? Nothing. Nobody say anything. The lady is carrying her own cross. But believe me, some people in that chamber, I believe the next presidential election, they are trying to keep their seats. The next election, the people are fighting to keep their seats. Because if they say anything again, whether you are PDP, whether you are APC, they make sure you removed.
Hmm.
So these people, it's like the people are united against one person. The man that I told you that came out that they should change it to 3 months, all of them, somebody have to come out. But the only anger in me is that some people will say, oh, they know they just want to use this one to distract Natasha. All of them are the same. No, they are not the same. People are doing it. But this one is from the head, Senate President. It's a shameful thing, very disgusting that Nigerian Senate President involved in sexual scandal. Not one, twice. So the way we see Joy Nune, that woman, that well-educated woman, will wake up one morning to begin to accuse somebody. Now, so Natasha did the same thing. Do you know nobody want to come up with that Nune talk? It's only the media that brought it up. Nobody. That you witnessed the people's wedding. So the day you were in that wedding, the husband and wife, your mind is telling you, hey, I wish this woman and my woman. Oh, look at how woman they fine. The thing is running in your mind. The day this woman, I saw one of the video just now when she was presented for the Senate, the way she was talking, smiling into Akpabio, you. I must nyash you whether you like it or not. I will frustrate you in this chamber. And that's what they do to that woman. So they want, you see, it gets a stage in life. I mean, we see people confess, people that come out, they say, look, the first time this man promised me in the school that I'm not graduate. He said, and he made sure I have a carryover. He said, the second, I don't want to have a carryover. I give the man what he wanted. As a university girl talking. So these people, they will frustrate you, push you to the wall. And you will see 4 years of Natasha, he won't achieve anything to her constituents. Because the people are frustrating her behind. So there is no amount of what they call it, of advice you could give to this kangaroo senator. If a member, one member of PDP, not the chairman, not everybody, nobody called press conference that our party, for you to know these people are one. When you are the ruling party, you still. By the time the opposition win election again, you go back. The people start cross carpeting, move like this. So they look at you. You will not come and spoil our career. Somebody tell me, oh, they are not sure whether Akpabio will come. As long Baba Ibilokan will come for the second time, and then when Akpabio is coming. Akpabio is coming because these people, they are not loyal. Their allegiance, their oaths. They're not using. I mean, they're not swearing oath for the Nigerian constitution. Their oath is for the Nigerian president. Mm-mm. All of them, even though when they know that the thing is not good, they keep talking good about the man. So because they don't want to lose that seat. So their allegiance is to the president, not to the Nigerian constitution. Because if these people follow constitution, by now they should have done something. Now let's go back a little bit. When I say that Nigeria cannot be better, look at Obasa issue. They turned us to baby Mumu, somebody that is being impeached. Then you return the person. Somebody that been impeached. Then you see, these people know what they are doing. And I feel sorry for Natasha that everybody let her down, both women, both men. And I hope the Nigerian Bar Association that just come up now will do something better. Because me, I don't trust these people. If there's a threat, all of you that wanted to support her, we will debar you. That's all. You know, this Nigerian Bar Association, they have another committee that can debar you. They will look for something to put you in trouble. Oh, this is so everybody is afraid. The law is made for we the mekunos, not for the rich. Those people they are above the law. So Natasha is just on her own with her husband and God. At the moment, nobody in that chamber, they are all lion. They open mouth to swallow that innocent woman. Nothing. But I give glory to God, the kind of husband that stood beside her, follow her short. That was the moment a little tears want to come out from him. He followed her to the door of the red chamber and he gave his wife a kiss. He said, "Go." That is a man. He knew that man can do it. Ekaite Akpabio knew her husband very, very well. She knew her, she knew what she is capable of doing. You see all those kangaroo sue, it's just to distract people. So they say there's no way you can advise this I don't know what to call them, all these people sitting down. They say they call themselves. I see all of them as a jobless senator. Not single person waiting. Only one person. None of you can cite that woman. Nobody. Now so the woman wicked because he's fighting for her right and the people of Kogi Central. This is what we are seeing today. So women has no voice in Nigeria in anything. Look at what happened to the one that elected when they removed Obasa. See, look at that woman talk. She gave some kind of speech. Anybody who think you will remember that speech. So women has no voice in Nigeria. But sometimes Kama Kasha with Babangida is begging for mercy. So most of these people, one day their turn will come. So if I privilege to go there, if these people no time me, they injected me, they will tell me I'm like a root. Say my head no correct. That's one way because my word, to be sincere, I'm not afraid to talk as long as I'm still under United Nations here. Now no go do me anything. I will talk. If someone say something, I talk to. So you see, these people, I'm not care. Are they under United Nations? Nobody can do me nothing. The only thing United Nations can, if I'm involved in terrorism, now they can put. But as long as I'm saying the truth, nobody they can't even come near my dwelling. So these people, you see them there, all of them are only Onyoshi, Barao. They're not even worthy to be that place. No, none of them. So I pray that God will help Natasha because it's a dark day. It's the darkest hour for Natasha. I know how she's feeling now. 6 months, her constituency. And don't forget, they will be using some other people now. So you may not go for the second time. 4 years, we didn't see anything. That 4 years, Natasha may not do anything because they keep frustrating her life in that place. Post it's a really painful thing, to be sincere. I feel for that woman. I feel it could be my baby sister because just 45 years old. I feel that she's my baby sister. But there's nothing we can do. The only thing we can do is to bring up like this. We can talk, but we have nothing to do. I always tell you, this is our AIT, this is our NTA, this is our Rise News, this is our Channel News. Now here we will be hear our voice. Nobody go come here Amola your barrister now to come Abuja. So maybe we come talk for AIT. So this is our own AIT. We go to talk. When we move on here, we go to your TikTok, we talk. So if we pay you, they're from Nigeria, come arrest me here. That's all.
Well,
Fine, come arrest me here. Come package me. Me, I will talk.
Eti yanko, bro. Eti yanko.
No, true, Ghost. Look at the time these people want to use us. They want to use us. We are good soldier. Where they say maybe we go buy people for Lekki. But now single soldier was single soldier was killing Okada.
They say we bully the law on better.
I know lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ o. Orí burúkú tán máa ń kó. Lọ́wọ́ lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ bí Nàìjíríà ṣe bàjẹ́. I take lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ. Me, I know lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ o. Do you know
one bed because it's what you are wearing now is soldier wear. You know one bed.
This is United Nations. This is United Nations. Omalayo, do you know where I belong? I belong to Bush. I belong to Boko Haram sector. I belong to Chibok. I belong to
the Boko Haram at home now.
They are the same people that send me now to come do special forces so that we go attack. No one you think I'm here for.
You need to go and leave at home. Go home.
No,
go
I still have 6 months to go. So that one now, make them go. When I finish, they don't do cataract for me. So I don't get where to go. Me, I don't do cataracts. A soldier must get too high. So they don't remove one. As a combatant soldier, you're too high must share. So they don't remove one. So it remain one. So me, I did resign. I don't get where to go.
Jesus Christ.
So no, you can resign on a medical grant. I've been what they call it, the international United Nations. This thing has done me cataract. So I've gone there and I'm waiting for the second one. So as a soldier, no, that one give me resignation letter, Mr. Ambassador. Why the reason? This is the reason.
No, they will give you special glasses to wear.
Hey, he plenty you. See, I'm here. He plenty you. So that they give me. Not be small. Make how they bring you here. See glasses where they don't give me. They here.
Amala, let me ask you this one. This Natasha now, do you think second time is sure for her with the whole bra that is going on now?
Who explain about even the first time now that they might just be shaking her leg to finish the four. I mean, this. I think we're in second year now. In this 4-year regime.
Second year.
So 2 years to go. Except that the what's it called? Constituency, or what do they call it now?
Consequently, yeah.
Love her that much. Are ready to elect her in again, so they don't have a choice to see her again. Other than that,
you see, what I think in that side, the people of Kogi Central, they love her very well. I'm talking of the people that voted for her. Yeah, they are the one voting. They are the electorates. But we're talking of not to swap our election now by the so-called INEC. But if you are talking about the electorates,
they can't. It's going to be difficult to swap, right? Except they bring somebody that is another indigenous and very strong, like as Natasha, to contest against.
As of today, there's nobody strong like that woman. You know, they didn't give us that election. It was
don't misquote me. Don't misquote me. I'm just saying now that, when I explained earlier, but my own understanding and how it works is this. It's a consequence that voted her in. So if they defeat that they want her to go the second term, right, she will go. Except that, like I said, maybe there's another strong personality, or maybe from another party or the same party. They will not do primaries, right? Maybe they will not have her to step down for that person. Other than that, she's good to go.
There are only two people there that I know and which they have come to Senate before. I'm talking of Smart Adeyemi and this Kekere. That's what I'm saying. That's the only two people. And as of now, the Kogi people have wise. They see waiting Melaye take their money due. Bye. So Melaye is out of it. But Smart Adeyemi can still come up. But Smart has no They do. I mean, the people be look at what they did within 7 months. You put everything. You go to that constituency there is a lie. So I believe yeah.
anything can happen after these 2 years or the next 4 years. You could never
The
tell.
only thing
But
I don't
then,
trust, the only thing I don't trust, Omalayo, I won't lie to you. I'm not trust the electoral, the election
no,
board.
they don't have.
I
They
don't trust them.
don't have in that kind
Yeah.
of election whereby the people were
Uh,
not elected that in, and they cannot.
no,
If
what I'm trying to say, there are two people will come up. First of all,
mhm,
there will be a primary thinking they can
yeah,
remove her.
yeah,
She's an incumbent. Now let's come to the APC side now. That's what
that's
I'm saying.
what
They
I'm
can rig it
saying.
for APC. You understand me? They can rig it for
For yeah,
APC.
but even with
Mhm.
that, even with that, and even at that, right? If the people really want it, look at what happened in Oshu State now.
Exactly. I know. I know.
So
It happened in Edo.
even
It happened
people,
in Edo too.
yeah,
Because
if
these APC
people,
people, I
it's
don't
not
know.
about
I
APC
don't know.
now. Even if people they can guide it, elect and stand by it. So if the people, it's just the people anyway.
Yeah, I know. No, thank God for this guy that just
They are
sleep
the
coming.
government.
The Bera people, yeah, the Bera people love her very well. She's a very strong woman. During the election, they cut off the road for Yaya. Yaya cut off that road. Before they break, they dig it. Omalayo.
We saw
I
the
don't know how they
video.
do it. They dig it. You can't cross with leg. You can't and you say they are doing pipe. You see, 2019-20, they beat this woman, all her face. She was badly beaten when she was going as a governor under the SDP. So this thing has for a long time. This molestation, this embarrassment, this harassment for Natasha, he has been coming for a long time. So it's not today. The old man who's supposed to sit down, wait for those day with his grandchildren. Then come so all of them like good thing. All these old man, they like good thing. Natasha, you make me happy. Your wife a kite, it don't make you happy. Now somebody wife, your wife a kite, it don't make you happy. Now somebody wife come make you happy. You were there in their wedding. You were invited to the wedding. So as they see am for that wedding, like say, make you oh, man.
Voila.
Wahala dey. Because that is so that thing has been so the day they say this lady won election and you become Senate President, because you could look at yes, finally, it fall in my hand. That is it. Because this thing you have meditated it. Uh,
She's spotless. So ọmọ pupa roborobo ni o.
the lady, she what that yeah one is talking. We're talking, he has 3 children for which now your problem.
No, that
You know,
I'm
stop
not even. I'm not in support of that, right? That does
oh
not
no
mean
no
because
no
you
no.
have children for 4 different men or 6 different
And
men
so what?
or 10 different men. That doesn't mean you don't have upright standing. That does not
The
mean that
same
they
thing, the
should
same thing said
question a
when that
standing,
year one was.
moral
I think I have
standing.
the video here. When that year one was, I think Minister of Energy at the same time, president, he was talking. Say you have to invite the 4 husbands that she has married. Join Nune. They say they slap you. You say, may they go give am injection, make it go rest. Woman say, I'm the first Ogoni woman that gave you a dirty slap in the office. So, and you say he get mentally and something. You see, all these old man, when they know if you keep this, they are two in their trouser, go up and down, molesting women. They will do it for their daughter, whether they like it or not. You can go far, they will do it for their daughter. Look at the way Ekaiti came out. You are fighting for your wife. I mean, you are fighting for your husband. Wetin concern you? You say they sue somebody. Now you they allege. He see you as a Clinton before he marry you now. He saw you as before he see you now. So what are you trying to say? So your man, you are not attractive again. Your husband is looking at somebody's wife, and you don't want that woman talking about constituency. Ajakuta still rolling me. Ajakuta still 4 times. You ignore it, and the same Senate people say, "Okay, go there, Mr. Oga, go meet him." You sit down in your chair, you dey roll. You say, Natasha, make me happy. I'm the number 3 man in the world. See? Oh God.
We're
Prof, you
going
are
to
Yeah.
case. You have been dramatic.
No, to be sincere, it's not done. It's not
Mobo,
6
I
months.
see you for TikTok. Come join us
No.
for YouTube.
It's not done, Omalaya. Let's say the truth. Not even our own party. Not even our own member of the party
can call up press
You know what?
conference.
I think somebody explained this earlier on. This is how this thing works, right? And I know of is this. You see some people, right? They will tell you they are in AD. Let me use that word AD. I don't want to call parties, so that I'm not just going and start saying I'm calling PDP, APC, and whatever. Some people they are in AD, right? And you see them working for NCR. I'm not paying gaton.
Mhm.
You are there. You are planted there for a purpose.
For a purpose.
Yeah.
And so you
So
must fulfill that purpose
yeah.
if you want to
As
be
I see a
part of
lot of
them.
people. You see a lot of people they are silently PDP, but then they are not PDP.
God, it's not done. The people that suppose Molayo, listen to that senator. I think he didn't come back for the second time. When this governor of Sokoto was there, he said, I've used my wife influence to change a lot of outcome of election. The man say, and the Senate president then was really so colleague. It is not time to say this one here. The man said it. His wife was the former
Is it not the same our Senator President, I be Senate President I said account to check your account
uh,
balance.
check your account balance. Yeah. When you say, am I on the video? He said, no, I withdraw it. I send prayer. So he become prayer warrior where they send prayer to email. You see, we saw all this thing now. We did see him every day. We did see him every day. Now, dear, I send token from token become prayer. And say whether you read budget, you can't even read the budgets. 2 trillion, 450 billion.
I just
Excuse
think
me.
whatever action they did is not right. It's not the
No.
rightful way to do it.
These are the people who are supposed to go and sit down in the bush and just do their just go and sit down. They cultivate their cassava, come put them in a Senate house. See them.
Again, I think they're just putting fear into women.
People,
Yeah, especially in the Senate there, so that by the time you enter Senate there, you say, this place is like a kind of cult of a thing.
Uh,
Yes, it's
cultists.
called. Yeah, you understand. You know,
you can
and,
he-
and
you can
No,
he-
but you
you
heard
can
what
hear
our first
Florence
lady said
now.
now.
You
yeah,
hear we see first lady now. He said that women should not be do something that men will be. And look at that
Be
woman
coming
now.
to meet you again.
You
The
see.
places were mature people,
mhm.
meaning that you need to zip your mouth. Whatever happens there needs to be
Happened
buried
here.
there.
No, this woman talking now. Florence said it now. Florence Itagiwa. He
Mm.
said that area nobody can molest you when you get to that side, which means everything they do there silent. And look at what Ireti said. Ireti said, yes, it happened, but you can fight it silently. How do you fight it silently?
Mm.
That you are always sexual harassed and you will fight. How do you fight it silently?
They said they want women to also take a lead, in a political trial in Nigeria. But with what we are seeing now, women, they won't be able to come out, in mass. They will
Sir,
just go back to their shell because they will think people will harass them before they get up there. And some of them will
sir,
not
it's
want
not,
to
sir.
go
I
out.
need to cut you that. I'm sorry to cut you. I'm sorry to cut in. Right? It's not about thinking now. We can actually pinpoint or outpink how many people, how many women are in Senate. We
Yeah.
can count.
I think there are like three now anyway, after Natasha. In total, there are like four.
We can count.
Yeah.
And they are saying that they want women to come. They want women. Federal House of Assembly go. We can count how many women.
Mhm.
This is the same analogy that I gave earlier when I was explaining that some people, right, if they don't have that perseverance, if they don't have that strength to take whatever that comes their way, if the narrative they are giving that it's not happening, it's not happening in Senate, it's not happening, we should have harmful women representing there.
Mhm.
So you see a lot of people, right? Even as parents, I remember back home in Nigeria, right? Little ward agent, when I'm at the ward agent during election, my parents were, I was in PDP, yeah. My parents were in AD before they be shift to APC, yeah. At the polling booth, we don't know each other.
Hmm.
Cast your vote and go. My parents will just be begging me to do alone, you get,
Yeah.
please. So it just take some some craziness, madness, gidi. And again, if you are born and brought up on some constituency or your locality, you have mouth. Because they will ask you, Motanye. So you'll be able to tell them, why are you asking me? And you'll be able to know whatever before they won't ask you, know very well. So if they bring it for you, you give it back to them. But if you don't have that zeal, that perseverance, you can't go far. Because they will silence you.
Omalayo, the issue is there at the moment. It's not that those women are not strong. For example, look at the old women that they're supposed to count on. Look at what Ireti is saying. Look at what Florence is saying, Tagiwa. These are the old
They
women
both
that
say
they're
the same
supposed to
thing. I'm
count
not
on.
saying they're not strong. I said two things. I said, you see some people, right, where whatever they got, right, came on a right standing, not kissing asses, not ready to lay on anybody's bed before they will get anywhere. Whereby some people, when they push them, they will fall yakata.
Omalayo, you see, as long the position you are contest for, if it's not the one you were duly elected, okay, if you were appointed, then you have more problem than when you are elected. Okay,
Even election, God says you have issue.
Because if you that one I know very well. This one I said it, and thank God it's good for a woman. Have your profession. Look at when they remove this woman. Nobody can tell us what that barrister Uju Ohanenye did when Baba removed her. Nobody. And but when after that woman was removed,
she went back
this
to
woman went
her
to
law.
court. Went back to court to go and defend her client, which means she doesn't need you. Don't give me anything. He doesn't need to beg you. You call me to come and do this job. And I'm doing my job because most of what happened, they are not getting return. It's facing one is supposed to pay. The people they put there anyhow, you remove them. So there's something you will do that these people don't want you to do. This is exactly what happened to former governor. What the Ambode. As long you are not doing what these people want you to do, and you are not due elected, you were appointed, you are going. They can fire you.
Even the due elected ones, right? If you are not standing right, you will fall. Because this is what happened to Natasha now, because she want the house to hear a bill. Just to hear, listen. At least listen to it first. So it's now left to you to deliberate or debate on it. But you did not even listen.
No, nobody. He's a bully. The
And
bully her,
she
talk
was
to her.
elected. She's elected.
My God, I don't know. I don't know what to say. These people is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. This one I've never seen before. Nobody out of 119 senator.
Prof, this might be personal to you, right? Assuming your wife want to contest, yeah. Okay, leave me alone. Let me ask a question. Assuming your wife. Oh my God!
I bet no ask that question. There's some kind of dream. You go dream and no go to reality.
Okay, let me tweak it. Let me tweak it. Okay. Let me tweak it. Let me tweak it then. Let me tweak it so that it will be okay. Assuming your wife want to contest right now, and will you allow your wife, knowing what is happening now, to contest as a senator or whatever to serve his people and to go to the Senate? And your wife is, mwah. So what will you allow her to go?
Host, you know, say, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí dàbí ọ̀rẹ́ tó wà lójú àlá tó rówó he tó ń dunnú. Those kind of reality no go come to account for this deadly thing that is going on there. All this vampire, all this alien. Eh, These people, my wife would know, you would not even dare it. Not in Nigeria. There's no anything has something to do with politics. Forget it. My wife would never put hand. No, because we just no matter how brain, no matter how you qualify, no matter what you wanted to do, one, your life is not safe. Two, you must join their carcass. Three, before you know, you will lose your husband because you wanted to follow. Look at the man is promised woman. Yeah, you see, I'm number three. Just make me happy. You will go far. Now, let's take it the other side. If you don't make me happy, you will go down. That is it. When somebody say, if you make me happy, I'm number three, Natasha, you will go places.
But this
Places.
is not about Natasha now. This is about you. And I think what comes to my head now with what you just said now is that is where trust is very, very essential in relationship and
Yeah.
as husband and wife.
Amalayo, it's not
Even
about trust. So I'm
no,
talking of those
again, so
bastard here.
prof. Again, if you see yourself as friends, you be behind your spouse to do good. You will be able to stand still if anything goes wrong because you know that koshe, right?
Yeah.
Because if things are happening, you go back home and you're like, why on your dining table and you are discussing it, dissecting it, and like, oh, nǹkan tójú mi rí lọ́fíìsì leléyìí o, àbí nǹkan tójú mi rí ní kí ló parí lẹ́rìn? Ẹ̀yin àti prof, ẹni fi mí ṣe ẹ̀yẹ tán.
Amalayo.
No, but wait.
Hold on.
No, I'm
You
not
see,
going to
there
hold
are
on for you,
things.
prof. I'm not
No,
going to hold on
Amalayo,
for you.
you don't get this Western character now. You don't stay long in Western world. So,
Àwọn èèyàn kan fọwọ́ lára rẹ́rìn lórí TikTok. Here I make up.
Amalayo, in
No,
the
wait,
first.
it's not about
Let me tell you,
Nigeria
in the
now. It's
first.
not about
Let me tell you, madam, hold on. In the first, most of Nigeria, you know, for these young soldiers, not the top one, no, they have a beautiful wife. Your
yes.
OC, they ask your wife, he go send you to Mungulu. They send you front. They send you Maiduguri. Just to Nyankara your wife. Forget it. And the one thing they will do, there are some women, they are very adamant. Okay? They call you, say you don't want. They will seize your your husband something. They will seize the money. He has not come. They will frustrate you. Omalayo, leave this story. It's not
Of course,
so.
I know,
What you
but
will do?
it's not enough, right? If you know,
Politics. Politics is a dirty game, Omalayo.
of course, I know it's a dirty game and
So I
it's
don't
for
want my
the
wife to play
strong
dirty
will.
game. I don't want my wife to play dirty game. I don't want my wife to play dirty game.
Sometimes it's sweet, anyways, if you know your count and you know how
My
to
dear,
play it. Yeah.
if you want to join politics, you must drink with their cup. My dear, because Natasha refused to drink with their cup now. Have you seen what they are seeing? What is going through? If they were doing it in secret, num 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 num, nobody will hear this. You know, that old man will just dey enjoy the innocent woman. They go, you go here say Natasha has become the chairman of a committee of education. The woman say everything they put to my name to travel. He say he remove my name. He said, sometimes I have to use my own money. Anywhere they assign that woman to go and represent, he has called many places. He said her name will be removed. Why? Because he refused what they are telling him. You know, these people can frustrate you. So it's better. That strength, that opportunity you have, go and use it for somewhere else, not Nigerian
How?
politics.
So how will the voices, how will the equality, how will you fight for people? How?
Malayo, thank God you know be my wife because like say you love politicians.
Yes, I
You
am
want to
a
do
politician.
politics.
I don't deny that fact. I love politics.
Ah, my dear. Me and you no go fit marry. we don't get anything in common. Because me, I hate politics. If you know me from the beginning, I can never do politics. Not
I
me. I
love
hate it.
politics.
Ah, my dear, thank God. We don't know the one where they go join now. From the youth, where they go join there, they go meeting. Now there they go, they eye you. You are, leave this story, I beg. As long
She
you are
did not
not doing
go to
what they
meet
want you
her. They
to
not
do,
hiring her. Is she not working on the street? They will not hire her. Why are you having that
my dear,
narrative?
my
That's why
dear.
I said
The,
that trust, yeah, trust,
it's not that you don't trust your
Emma
woman. Wait,
Go. Then have
okay,
a proper dialogue. Talk,
okay.
talk. See, it's not everybody, yeah, that we get elected. We are by appointed with what you're doing. Maybe you're good at it and you're like, oh, we would love you to have this post. Is that one not a good thing also?
No, no, no. When you say appointed, first of all, look at the kind president we want to appoint you. You see a man that that has a good pedigree, or is a man that forged certificate, or is a man that take.
No, but if an appointment is coming, that means that you earn it, you deserve it.
You know one thing, there are some people like my former when I went to retake because I did
Daddy,
my work
you
three
don't want to
times.
finish me on this life.
I did my wife. Let me tell you, I did my
Oh,
wife 3 times. My first wife was 1985. I didn't pick it. I did the second one. Then the third one I did in Jubilee Community Grammar School. The English teacher, Mrs. Fagbemi, is this way no they use earring, but there's
Deeper
something they
life.
call brain. Yeah, SU. If you see the way this woman they dress, you're gonna say this one will get man too. But here you get man. But what I'm trying to say is, so the day I discover this woman was appointed by the former about the late government, the late governor Akeredolu, that somebody call me, Malika, hey, Mrs. Fagbemi is the commissioner of road and transport to say, our English teacher is the commissioner now. Omo, do you see that woman? Because her brain, they call her. There was a time he become a dean of a principal. There was time everywhere they call her the way they give. But this woman, her dressing, the skirt self, it is sweep grand. You know, I wonder be let lamb far, but there's something here. So that one is not attractive. No woman, no man wanted that one. Before you know it, they call in the name of Jesus. In the office, they call Jesus name. So, but when you are a woman like a
That
Natasha,
means she earns it, right? So
mm,
if an appointment should come to your wife, that means the
ah,
person earns it. So there
I will
is
look at if no be somebody like Baba Emilokun, wait, they there. I go say go take the appointment. But people like Baba Emilokun, you don't go forget it. You know they go there. Forget it. We know all those ones, so forget it. But when when you see somebody like, for example, somebody like Ibrahim Traore of the Burkina Faso, that
mhm.
Burkinabe guy, if that guy could be privileged to be a president in Nigeria, and my wife was called to become a minister or commissioner or personal assistant, yeah, you are good to go. Because these are the people, they know what they are doing. These are the people, they have their people interests at heart. They have the country interests at heart. Not be the one where we say every time you did there, where you're not supposed to go, they tell you, say, come. Then they want to lodge you in hotel. Say Akpabio, he say, me then go take hotel. You they go take hotel with somebody wife. Where you get your clothes on inside house. You know, carry and go. And somebody wife. So now that kind of person, they want give my wife appointments.
No,
Abi? But they say, I say,
but going to the
I
go
beg.
going to the hotel doesn't mean anything, Prof. You can go to hotel just to have lunch. I mean,
Ewe.
it's not a
Toast.
big deal.
Ẹ̀yin náà ti lọ́wọ́ ń bẹ́ o.
so now, Prof, are you now saying that someone to marry you have to give up a dream?
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
That's a
small.
good.
Listen.
That's a good question.
Okay,
Yeah.
I wanted to make a illustration now. Malayo, you are my wife now. I will follow you to get your dream. But the person you want to follow, I want to know his pedigree. If it's a woman that is there now, or maybe a woman is a governor of Ondo State, he now asks you to be her personal assistant. I will support you. It's a woman. You understand me? I know this woman is immense, but you see a woman who is a woman, a man who is a woman, womanizer. Everything in the skirt, yeah, I know they come out. Now there my woman they go do.
So now I want to burst your bubble now, based on what you just said now on your analogy, that okay, maybe governor in Ondo State is a female and she's asking him to come and be a PA, me being your woman. You gladly say yes. Did you even think or have at the back of your mind maybe the governor is less?
Oh, hey, whether it's less, hey, my dear, he leave that one. I don't care that one. My woman and my woman. Now, woman you go work for. So whatever happen between woman and woman, it don't make anything. But you see this old lady, this
but whatever that happened between man and woman made something.
It's your imagination now. You are just imagining it. I know,
I'm
because
just
most
saying
of this
now, for you to say that, that maybe the woman is safer in the hand of a female than a man. So I'm just trying to tell you now that it still boils down to trust. If your woman is safe in the hands of a female, she can also be safe in the hand of a man.
Don't forget, you cannot be a governor.
She is.
You cannot be a woman governor without call you Mrs. Somebody. You have a husband.
I'm not a Mrs. Somebody to just pay less.
No, I'm not denying what you are saying. That one alone, you understand me? It's okay. Because the day they will call you for dinner, you must go with your husband, which is your adeori. You understand me? So you are working with a woman, a governor. You understand me? And the first gentleman, who is the husband. So if they call you now, come for you carry your adeori go there. Now, so I don't think all those things. But you see all these people where they forge certificates. All these people where they do agbada like all this only. Where I know they see woman. Now those people go give you appointment. But boy, no, make we they do our appointment for our house. You see that brain, You will go use them for somewhere else. No, they use them for that side.
It literally means that woman is giving up her dream.
It's not
suit yours.
No. I follow my woman with a dream. I'm a man. I want where my woman is going. Not be say they go in the hand of vampire.
But Prof, if you're stopping your wife from working in Akpabio's cabinet, that means
Akpabio.
You're killing her dream.
Akpabio, you know do am well. I think you want call somebody else. May go work for Akpabio cabinet. Ọlọ́run mo ṣe mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ náà ìsìn rárá ọlọ́run. Báwo ni ìyàwó ṣe máa lọ́wọ́ kó lọ? Ẹ láìkì mi, mo ṣe mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ láìkì mi. Akpabio cabinet.
No, honestly,
Jeff, go Mr. Bumi to make comment.
If you really want good, if you really want the wife,
I want my wife not to go and work for Akpabio. You know, say woman Akpabio don't chop where they no be talk. No only my wife, we want nice all that you mention Akpabio. Mention what come Akpabio cabinet. You know, because Akpabio, ìyàwó tèmi. Àwọn alákan wà téèyàn mọ láti ò lè jẹ.
Even after giving you rest assurance.
My darling, forget rest assurance. No, not that Akpabio. Irú assurance wo ni? I beg. Ó bá dé sọ̀rọ̀ ẹlòmíì sí ọ̀nà Akpabio lọ́hùn.
No, akọ̀múyàwó ìdarí fẹ́rẹ́fẹ́ ni.
Akọ̀múyàwó ẹ̀gbá fẹ́rẹ́ ni. Wàá ti gbọ́ pé ìyàwó ẹ̀ di chairman of committee of students. Wọ́n ti ń bá ẹ jẹ nǹkan ẹ̀ lọ.
Only the committee of students with right standing now.
Standing here, the next election, I work with your way to win in life vote fún wọn bá jẹ nǹkan. Àbí Nàìjíríà tá a wà ikọ̀. Ẹbí sórí yẹn lẹ́jàre. N bá sọ sórí àwọn kan fún yín lẹ́ni. Ọkọ wọn gba kámú, woman tó ń jẹ́ orúkọ ọkọ méjì lẹ́ẹ̀kan yẹn. ọkọ ẹgbẹ́ ká mọ ọmọ tó ń lọ ìrẹ́wọ̀ jẹ́ ń dárúkọ ẹ̀ ọkọ ẹ mọ tó ń lọ àbọ̀tọ́ kan ń rówó kò sí ìtò kan bọ̀ èmi ò wá rówó bẹ́ẹ̀. No.
The same thing will happen to you as well now. Your wife will just walk briefly and then you'll be swimming in money.
Lọ́nà Akpabio. Ó dorí bàbá sàlá wọn ni wá jáṣẹ́ lábẹ́ ẹ̀yìn. Lọ́ṣẹ́ lábẹ́ Akpabio. Ó fẹ́ lọ ṣẹ́ lápẹ́ Akpabio. Ẹ wo.
Akpabio is a gentleman, honestly. Oh, it will only hold your wife briefly, just after Mudani Adam introduce Yara.
Oh, Mama introduce her, even though Shapu, I'm Lord Church. I introduce her in Shapu. If you don't think bad, what is you shall tell you?
One the law UK, one the change.
I want to you more into that. Every story, yẹlẹ. Àwọn yọjú wọ orí tó dáa o. Bó ṣe bí ọmọ èèyàn ṣe wicked host ò lọ sí wedding èèyàn you attend their wedding gbogbo bó ṣe ń jẹun tó ṣe ń jẹ kéèké tó ṣe ń jíkú ọ náà ṣe rẹ́rìn yẹn ọkàn ẹ̀dẹ̀ ń sọ nǹkan mi ó rí pé inú ọmọ èèyàn jì. Ẹ rí pé inú ọmọ èèyàn jì. The heart of a man is deeply wicked. No now. Tó bá jẹ́ sisi nísìn tó jẹ́ sisi tí ò tí lọ́kọ wá gbà ó mọ ọkọ ẹ̀ ó mọ everything sí ẹ̀ tí kò kàn ẹ́. No now no. Joke apart àwọn kankan wà tí ò dá ká máa gbọ́. Ẹni tó mọ̀ your husband is your friend you people are family friend you do it. So ohun kan tó di ẹ lọ́wọ́ mú possibility wà kó ti rí ẹ bí bàbá. Kankan ò sí lọ́kàn ẹ̀. But ó wonder báwo ló ṣe ń frustrate mi kí ni mo ṣe jẹ́ kí n dá àwọn constraints mi lóhùn náà Àjàkúta kí ló dé àwọn ní àbóyó òkè wọn náà lọ bá ṣé àwọn olórí burúkú sẹ́nítọ̀ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ orí wọn bí orí igi yẹn they know pé nǹkan tí màá yẹn ń wá gangan nìyẹn wọ́n mọ̀ káṣí orí bí orí àgbákò yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ ìjọba ọ̀nà náà ní kọ́ lọ́ba they told me to go and meet her and explain and I went there sir what is going on you have to make me happy Natasha I will make you happy.
But Prof, listen. Why is it that the whole thing busts on Natasha's head? Maybe they have 4 women there. Why not other women? Why Natasha?
It was that the obìnrin tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀. Ṣé Ìtàgíwá náà? Ṣé Florence Ìtàgíwá tó gbé pancake sójú bí ṣe léèrè bí ìtàn wọn? Àbẹ́rẹ́ pancake ojú Ìtàgíwá. Àbí kì í bí yé ló ti darúgbó yé àwọn yẹn náà wà ní àwọn yẹn ti wọ́n ti wọ reserve. Ta ló fẹ́ ta sí Ìtàgíwá ẹ̀rí kọ́ mú ẹ̀gàn bó ṣe kó dáyà ta ló fẹ́. Ẹgbẹ́ ìwò dúró Natasha náà là ń sọ̀rọ̀ arúgbó àwọn òde àwọn arúgbó nìyẹn fọwọ́ yẹn lẹ̀ jàre àdìkọ́ yọ̀yọ̀.
Ìgbà mi arúgbó máa ń dùn ṣẹ́.
Àrùn arúgbó yìí wo ẹbí sórí yẹn lẹ̀ bàbá yẹn tó rú bá mú bí tó wà yẹn ẹ rí pé gbogbo padà yẹn ó máa ṣàn bíi ti lọ́ọ̀yà Donald Trump. tó lọ lo dáìlì tó rúmu tí gbogbo ẹ̀ ń ṣàn ẹ̀jẹ̀ bọ̀ wọ̀nyẹn lẹ̀ ọ̀ṣọ́rọ̀ ni Natasha ọmọ tó dùn látòkè dé sàlẹ̀ ẹ̀ wá ní kó lọ́mọ wá Ìtàgíwá ta ló fẹ́ mú lẹ́sìn Ìtàgíwá wọ́n jẹ́ fi sórí yẹn lẹ̀ ìyá àgbàlagbà yẹn ọ̀rọ̀ dùn sọ lẹ́nu ẹ̀ wọ́n fi sórí ilẹ̀ jàre tọ́ba ní kéèyàn tó lẹ́yìn wá kì í ṣe bí tabuké ẹ̀ fi sórí ilẹ̀ jàre.
Is it that all those other women that spoke against Natasha are they jealous or something like that? Probably maybe they're jealous.
That is what I would say. It's out of jealousy because they can't stand for that woman. It's out of jealousy. For a woman to be saying there's a place you get to in the Senate, nobody can molest you. Are you for real? Ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí kí lórúkọ woman tó máa wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kíní yẹn ọmọ Yorùbá yẹn tó ń sọ pé Ayọ̀ ó ń sọ pé Ayọ̀ ní even though as we are working we been molested we been sexually harassed Ayọ̀ Mario only as we in our working place most of we get ó sọ lórí ibẹ̀ ìwọ ní no mama yẹn ti darúgbó náà ta ló fẹ́ sexual harass ẹ̀ ogọ́ iye ṣe mama yẹn ti wọ menopause náà àwọn bàbá yẹn wá menopause lóhùn sórí ìlẹ́jà rẹ̀ àṣẹ Akpabio ló ń wá menostart l'Akpabio ń wá menostop làwọn menopause lé gbogbo àwọn yẹn wọn ò nídìí wọn àwọn yẹn ò wà kọ̀sájọ tí woman yẹn máa wọ̀ àṣẹ àràjọ tó wọ̀ à ń sàn wọn wo èyí tó edu ṣẹ́rí yẹn náà bó ṣe dúró ẹ̀rọ pé ó ṣàdédé débẹ̀ yẹn ni ọ̀nà ò ti jẹ́ nǹkan irú edu yẹn ò má rì náà girlfriend bàbá ṣáà ni àmọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ náà ẹ̀wẹ̀ má jà sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́bẹ̀ ìgbà tí yẹn dẹ̀ kọjá ayẹ̀ tó fẹ́ sọ pé òun bá president ṣe wọn ò gbà sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ni wọ́n gbà sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ náà I can do anything because I'm a president girlfriend.
So that means upon Natasha's mode of dressing, still she stood out.
Sorry, his brother mi no matter ṣé wọn pé orí ló kọ́ ọmọ yẹn ẹ wò látòkè dé sàlẹ̀ kẹ́ gbé dúró kẹ́ gbé ìtàgé wá dúró kẹ́ wá gbé kìndìbé dúró ẹni ta ló máa mú ẹ fi sórí yẹn lẹ́jà kìndìbé ti dàgbà náà àwọn yẹn ò ṣe so ọ̀rọ̀ táwọn yẹn kàn ń sọ pé kó máa jẹ silently àwọn yẹn ti dàgbà ta ló nídìí wọn ẹ mọ iye ojú tó wà ní senate yẹn tán wo Natasha ó nìkan ní the flashy woman tó wà ń bẹ ẹ rí ibi tán lọ gbé sí wọ́n gbé láti Èkó wọ́n wá gbé lọ sínú gbòǹdó ẹ̀yìn ẹ̀rí tó lọ gbé chairs wọ́n fẹ́ frustrate ọmọbìnrin yẹn ní àwọn àgbà ẹ̀rọ kòńgò lè nọrùn báyìí kò ríran ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀ wá dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ àti kò sí bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe lè na kámẹ́rà yẹn kò lè débẹ̀ ó rí òun náà ń dúró bó ṣe ń ṣe ni wọ́n gbé lọ sẹ́yìn pátápátá ẹ òbí ṣe àṣepọ̀ tó mọ́ ìyẹn wíkẹ́ ìtorí kò rí ní tó fẹ́ jẹ ó ti sọ fún wọn yá ẹ bá ń gbé lọ tí n bá frustrate ẹ̀ á gbà fún mi Ọlọ́run ọba jẹ́ kéèyàn pàdé àwọn wèrè wọn yóò host to be sincere these people are just being wicked jokes apart wọ́n mọ tán ṣe they are just being wicked sexual harassment ó ti pọ̀ jù kò síbi tọ́mọ yẹn fẹ́ dé everybody kí ló dé àná arábí yẹn dẹ̀ níyàwó sílé no now níyàwó sílé now.
Prof àwọn obìnrin náà wọ́n máa harass ọkùnrin náà kí ló dé tọkùnrin yìí.
níbo ni sà níbo ni kí ni ratio sà kí ni ratio.
Does it even matter?
tó bá sọ pé obìnrin sexual harassment ọkùnrin.
But it's not right for work ethic. It's not good.
Not níbi téèyàn ti ń ṣiṣẹ́ ṣé wọn pé kò sí ọkùnrin tó lè believe sà pé obìnrin sexually harass òun obìnrin gan ò ní fọwọ́ kàn obìnrin ò ní wá bẹ́ẹ̀.
Somebody shared his own side lánàá I think one so tech yesterday that he left the job because of the boss's wife. And the boss's wife threatened that tó bá ti ṣe òun máa jẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀ yàmàyàmà ni ó yẹ bẹ́sẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ ó yẹ àtètè yà lọ because ó mọ̀ pé destruction ilé wà fún òun.
nǹkan tí mò ń sọ ṣé mo pé ó ń sọ fún kò show yọ̀dọ̀ sami kò mú lẹ́sí ẹ̀.
ó ti sọ fún ó ti gbogbo ẹ̀ but the guy said no you are my boss's wife no so because the guy is not doing what she said or what she wanted, all those advances and every other thing, right? That was why the lady threatened, like what the guy said, threatening that your job, I'm going to tell my husband that you plan to rape me. And we had a lot of issues that a lot of our big women in Abuja or any other thing. That's why you see some people that are lavishing them are young people.
Yeah.
You see, kíní kan mú mọ̀ sá kì í ṣe pé èmi tó mú wa bíi pé bóyá kò happen sí mi but the way tó ṣe happen sí mi is a different way round sir and it doesn't happen to me in Nigeria it just happen to me in Liberia you understand me and tèmi ni pé as a military police iṣẹ́ méjì náà fún wa arrest prosecute or be a guide like an orderly. So ibi tí mo kọ́kọ́ wà nígbà tá a débẹ̀, it was the woman wọ́n máa ń change kinní yẹn every sister mi àti cousin kan mo sọ̀rọ̀ yìí fún. Ọ̀rọ̀ pé bóyá ọkùnrin múlẹ̀ sí i pé kì í sometime n tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ni sometime wàá wo consequence kinní yẹn pé ṣebí òun sá ó sá náà but ojú ogun níbo ló fẹ́ sá lọ. There's a situation tó máa bára ẹ wàá rọra ṣe wàá ṣe ẹnu ẹ wẹ́ńkẹ́lẹ́ ni. This woman is a Ghanaian ambassador to United Nations in Liberian envoy during the disarmament program. So one man so every 3 months na ma long guide one ma change wa. So bọ̀bọ̀ tó kúrò ńbẹ̀ ńjọ́ yẹn àńjọ́ tí mo débẹ̀ tó ṣe hand over ìbọn gbogbo ẹ̀ lé mi lọ́wọ́ mi gbádùn bó ṣe lo ilé yẹn ọmọ ìdòmọ̀ ni ó lo ilé yẹn ó lo ilé yẹn ó lo rough tó mú láti kágbó tó wà ń bẹ̀ mo lọ sí waterside ní Morovia mo lọ ra àwọn kan sóńgbà tí woman yẹn dẹ̀ mo introduce her madam ambassador Magbani. I was a young corporal. I'm a corporal James, so I'm here to okay ó dẹ̀ introduce kí ni job description mi though bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ti sọ fún mi so I need to listen to her to tell me my job description. Wọ́n á ní okay kíní kan ni mo rí bàbá mi ò sọ I'm not saying to impress anybody. Tí n bá wọ military police regalia mi sir military máa wù yín láti ṣe. In my intake 35 regular intake I'm the best recruit in neatness in appearance. Kò sẹ́ni tó gbà lọ́wọ́ mi. Kí ni mo wà bẹ́ẹ̀ ìgbà tí United Nations àwọn kìíní yẹn lẹ̀ ń wò bẹ́ẹ̀ tán ní ká jáde tán fẹ́ wá ṣe kìíní I'm the best soldier in neatness and appearance because tí n bá ti wọ full camouflage military police yẹn soldier gbúdọ̀ wù yín ṣe àbí mo ṣe máa ń dress nìyẹn mi ń fi perfume ṣeré because ooru Liberia yẹn so everything that will make me look so mo dẹ̀ ṣe débẹ̀ mo ti introduce ara mi mo yà pé tá a bá ti ń lọ láràárọ̀ láti ń dàbí lọ kí ní mirror yẹn the woman will be looking at me nǹkan tí n bá fẹ́ wo mọ́tò tó ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn tí n bá ṣe fèrè bá ojú wa máa ṣe mẹ́rin àgbójú mi sísàlẹ̀ an ambassador mi sọ anything I did because in tí mo lọ ṣe I was young just 24 years old and ẹni tí mo ń gbé then the woman is about 50 something about 57 wọ́n ti fẹ́ retire ní United Nations so I keep mi ò sí ń ṣe pé ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu ọba 2 a.m. one day ni woman yẹn wá kanlẹ̀kùn mo kàn fò dìde mo kàn yọ ìbọn madam ambassador is everything okay because wọ́n ló gbúdọ̀ guide ẹ̀ nothing must do so ẹ̀gbà mi máa jí lóru I have to run around though kò sólé o because ecomog is everywhere in Morovia kó tó rin kíní méjì wá 3 checkpoint kó tó rin 2 minutes wá 3 checkpoint so all the corner kò sí bí àwọn Morovia ni president wà everybody the minister everything gbogbo àwọn United Nations envoy ECOWAS envoy EU envoy ibẹ̀ lájọ wà so Morovia was so secure but you must still guide the person so gba mi máa kàn dìde so bó ṣe wọlé báyìí mo kàn fò dìde ní mo kàn fa kíní pistol yẹn yọ madam ambassador ṣe no it's so okay ẹ̀rù bà mí pé kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ host n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lálẹ́ yẹn ojú Ọlọ́run ló tó
ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ ni ẹ lọ ṣe ẹ tún ṣe píopíò.
n tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn wọ́n pé o kò bóyá nǹkan tí wàá ṣe tí wàá tọ́ àṣé mo ti wọ one chance kìíní bá continue àṣọ kó tó stage kan tó bá ti ṣe bẹ̀ kan tí wọn náà ti ń dùn wàá kúkú máa jọbẹ̀ lọ. nǹkan tó wá yà mí lẹ́nu ni pé ó wá di ọjọ́ kan wọn pé nǹkan bá ti mọ́yàn lára ó ti mọ́yàn lára tàbá ti lọ bí iṣẹ́ tàbá ti rìtáyà sí ẹ̀ ti tán àti lọ́ba tí lọ́hùn madam ambassador tàbá ti dé bí lọ́va ni so mo ti di bodyguard ìṣàwọ̀ fíìmù bodyguard iṣẹ́ láàárọ̀ ní eré lálẹ́ so àjọ wọ́n yín kàn mo ṣáàrí pé ó wà múdì mo rò pé bóyá nígbà yẹn náà sọ pé Akosombo Accord bóyá bọ́n ṣe dé láti Akosombo Accord yẹn that the MPFL the LPC the ULIMO they should lay down their arm so it was a rough day Shasilo and Bewan signed even though this Yomi Johnson all of them signed the accord that everybody should do final disarmament nígbà yẹn ni man yìí ń bọ̀ former Senate President Mark tó ń bọ̀ wá as a Nigerian contingent commander so ìmú àrò pé bóyá kíní yẹn ló jẹ́ kí woman yẹn weak body were stay long so as usual na mo fẹ́ wọ̀ kó please can I be èlò kò yá yẹra tí èmi náà lọ the next thing ni pé odò wálé wọn pé kí àgbàlagbà máa yọ mi lójú kó máa sunkún ẹ̀rù bà mí madam ambassador mo gbé gbogbo bóyá à ń ṣe lọ́ọ̀fù yẹn mo gbé sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ is everything all right mo ní ṣé kí n ṣe pé èèyàn kan kú ọgbọ́n ọmọ ẹ̀ wà ní New York àti ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ̀ mo ní ṣé kò ṣe pé anybody kú ní kò sí jọmọ kí àgbàlagbà máa sunkún lójú ọmọdé just 24 years old this woman we're talking about 56 àwọn tó ti jẹ owó tó jẹ́ pé wọn ò lùkọ èjì wọn ló wá ní pé tí èmi bá gbọ́ pé ó kù 5 years fóun sìn láti retire tí èmi bá gbọ́ pọ́n dismiss òun sínú mi á dùn ó ní rárá o ó ní it's not done ó ní reason náà ṣe ní dismiss òun ó ní ọwọ́ mi ló wà ọwọ́ mi kẹ̀ bọ̀ kíní kan ni mo vow torí kò dá kéèyàn tètè máa vow o don't make promise tó o tí mọ tó máa bá ń bẹ̀ mo ní tí ò bá ti jẹ́ pé o fẹ́ kí n lọ pa èèyàn bí kan máa ń ràn wọ́n ẹ̀kọ́ mọ̀ gbígbà yẹn ilé ìgbà girlfriend mi ilé ìpa bàbá mi akànmúbọn lọ bẹ̀ àbí kó sáré ju nǹkan sínú ilé yẹn owó náà mo ní tí ò bá ti jọ pé kí n lọ pa ènìyàn mo ní àìfọ́n my chest pé tó bá ti jẹ́ pé mo wà ní charge láti ṣe ìkẹ́ láti ṣe tán ní dismiss as a United Nations staff tó wá síbí mo ní I give my word mo ní are you sure mo ní tó bá ti ní kí n lọ pa èèyàn ó dẹ̀ ní far from it ní far from kí ni ẹ máa tí wọ́n ní í ṣe ó ní tí mò ń ṣe fún wọn ní kí wọ́n á ṣe fún ọ̀rẹ́ òun kejì. mo ní what? ẹ mọ tó ṣẹlẹ̀ gbogbo ìdán tèmi àti.
ó ti ròyìn fún yẹn.
their best of that one was a Ivorian ambassador to United Nations Liberian envoy wọ́n jọ wá láti New York ní their best of them ìyẹn ambassador Kujeji tí tèmi ambassador Jackie. mo ní what? mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ó ní gbogbo ìgbà tóun bá ti ń lọ gbogbo bá ṣe ń ṣe àṣé yẹn ń tape record ẹ̀ àṣẹ ìdàpọ̀ dẹ̀ wà nínú ethic tó bá dánrú ẹ̀ wò èmi ordinary corporal tí major general ò rí jẹ tí brigadier general ò rí jẹ tí colonel ò rí jẹ èmi ordinary corporal wá ń jẹ ẹ̀yà kẹ́tì mọ̀ pé kírímánjẹ́ ni máa kú sí làbújá nìkan ibẹ̀ o ti bá ethic jẹ́ you don't anybody you are guide nothing you don't try no rough you are sent there to go and guide má ṣe anything ní wàhálà dé mo sọ ọ̀rọ̀ kan sí woman yẹn mi ìsọ̀rọ̀ sóbìnrin láyé mi rí mo ní I'm not a university graduate madam ambassador you so foolish enough that something that is a private and confidential and you went and tell someone only where is the PhD you have what make you an ambassador how do you get you are not even married to be an ambassador I'm just ordinary high school graduate n tó ṣe mi ò lè ṣe ó ní ọ̀rẹ́ òní nǹkan kan ní tán bá dẹ̀ gbọ́ tán bá ti ń dismiss o wọ́n ń gbaṣọ lọ́rùn mi as a military police Iléyá tí bá dẹ̀ ti ń sọ̀kalẹ̀ ní airport military police ń gbé mi ó dẹ̀ wọ̀n ẹ ti rí brother mi I agree to do it.
Oops.
It's a life story mo sọ fún yín o mo sọ pé sexual harassment ọkùnrin there is a way you can divine it because àwọn nǹkan kan wà tó jẹ́ pé tó o bá ṣe just like nǹkan tó ń sọ fún bọ̀bọ̀ yìí ó tètè sá bọ̀ ń bo lèmi fẹ́ sá lọ lójú ogun I need to complete my time before so okay wọ́n ní kó lọ guide èèyàn o wá sọ fún guy olóògùn that is insubordinate you can be court martial so there is a place tó jẹ́ pé ó máa bára ẹ you won't be able to do anything ó ní obìnrin dẹ̀ fẹ́ rí mi lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn òun ló lọ drop mi lé ambassador kejì mo jókòó báyìí mo wá béèrè question lọ́wọ́ wọn mo ní why are you doing this ó ní ṣé mo wá síbí láti wá ṣe ní tó yẹ kí n wá ṣe àbí mo wá béèrè question lọ́wọ́ òun mo ní mo ti make up mind mi mo fẹ́ wá ṣe mo ní bọ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ mọ reason because ọ̀rẹ́ lẹ pera yín wọn kó máa tó stage kan you can be ọba màá wojú ẹ màá sọ̀rọ̀ there's nothing I can do anymore because mo ti wà lágbede méjì ayé àtọ̀run báyìí mo ti wà ní tight corner mi ò lè jáde so àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà tí màá sọ mo ní kó sọ fún mi kí wọ́n ní it's all about you now ṣebí torí ẹnìkan this James do this James do that James do that so ohun tí James ṣe ló wá bí woman yẹn ní máa ní okay kò sí problem ṣé n tó fẹ́ tábà ti ń ṣé ò ní gbé rìkọ́ọ̀dù lọ sí UN headquarter ṣé ò ní jẹ́ kán dismiss ẹ̀ wọ́n ní far from mi ṣé nǹkan tó fẹ́ nìyẹn. Bàbá mi ẹ má jẹ́ àṣọ ìtókù.
It is well. It is well.
So
Anyway.
sexual molestation ọkùnrin a lè fi wé tóbìnrin.
Yeah.
Èso tó bá fẹ́ ṣe ni if you have the opportunity bí bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ṣe sá tán bá threaten ẹ̀ sá but obìnrin ẹ wo wọ́n á sọ fún ẹ pé irọ́ gan ló pa kátà sọ fún Natasha nìyẹn wọ́n á ní you are lying. Wọn kò sẹ́ni tó believe Natasha pé is this is that but lọ́kàn tiwa a mọ̀ pé kìíní yẹn real. Ọkùnrin tó bá sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ pé Akpabio sọ kìíní yẹn àbọ̀ òun mọ̀ pé Akpabio sexually harassed then kò ń ṣọkùnrin you are not a man. You are an abuser. You are not a man. Ṣé irú ìjọ inú nìyẹn tó máa wá jáde kó sọ pé òun gbá Akpabio létí àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ kan wà tó yẹ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ lo sense tó lóun gbá létí torí ó fẹ́ dì mọ́ òun látẹ̀yìn òun fún dirty slap ṣé irú àgbàlagbà yẹn máa parọ́ so a mọ̀ pé Akpabio ṣe but torí position tá a fẹ́ wà mi ò fẹ́ lose seat mi everybody gbọ́dọ̀ panu pọ̀ ká make sure pé wọ́n discredit lady yẹn pé n tó ń sọ so ìyà tí obìnrin jẹ in time of sexual harassment a lè fi wé tọkùnrin no òun ṣe béèrè pé kí ni ratio tó bá jẹ́ 100% 10% ọkùnrin na sexually molest níṣẹ́ and out of that 10% 5% máa go along pé mo ready láti ṣe that's it take only 5% tó jẹ́ pé ó mọ̀ pé kíní kò dáa let me run away ìwọ tó ò ríṣẹ́ mi ọ̀gá ẹni kò máa bọ̀ ó ríṣẹ́ mi kájọ sọ pé ilé òun ṣe ìyàwó ọ̀gá kó jẹ́ boss lady tó ní ilé iṣẹ́ gangan ibẹ̀ ló ti ń bọ́yàwó ló ti ń sanwó lé wọ́n fún ẹ ní káà ó wá ní pé àwọn ní kankan pé kájọ lọ ó wá dé hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì ó wá lóò ṣe Nigeria crime out of 100% tó bá rí 10 then time 5 nù 10 yẹn wọ́n á ṣe àwọn gan rí as opportunity pé mò ń déètì bọ́ọ̀sì mi but tóbìnrin bá kọ̀ tó lòun ò ṣe ayé agbó ọ̀run àmọ̀ wọ́n á ní irọ́ ló pa wọ́n á ní kò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ it's not good it's a bad woman kò sí senator tó wà nínú chamber in red chamber tó máa sọ pé òun ò mọ̀ pé Akpabio ṣe kìíní yẹn kò sí they know wọ́n mọ̀ réèyàn tó jẹ́ but they want to keep their political career they want to retain their seats so báwo ni 119 senator tá a réèyàn kan láti wá support woman yẹn so the way woman is being molested ó yàtọ̀ sí tọkùnrin tọkùnrin bá fẹ́ ṣe ó sì lè ṣe but tó bá rí opportunity láti sá ó máa sá èmi yìí gbà tá à ń ṣe Joseph gbà tí Joseph gan ó sì tún ṣẹ̀wọ̀n Joseph sì tún ṣẹ̀wọ̀n tó kọ̀ tí ó ṣe.
Powerful. You know what? Based on what you just said now, that out of 100 and almost 200 people, right, and nobody could stand up to, support her. People will say maybe she too ní lọ́wọ́.
Nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn náà a ní abá òkúdódé tí mo yẹn wá against ẹ but lọ́kàn á mọ̀ pé sórí tán bá ní kí n mu omi ikú lẹ́mi dà pé ṣé mo sure pé wọ́n molest lady wọ́n ní òkè mu omi tán bá molest ẹ jẹ́ kí n kúkú máa lọ I can bet my life pé kí ni yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ tán bá gbé tijọ́ inú nẹ̀ wá I can bet my life pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ pé Akpabio ṣe he did it kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹnu bẹ́ẹ̀ but this day law and code no evidence mo mọ̀ pé there is no evidence lóòótọ́ but evidence tó ń ní tó bá ti wá rìkọ́ọ̀dì ẹ̀ ńkọ́ nígbà tó máa gbé rìkọ́ọ̀dì yẹn jáde ẹ̀yin náà lè máa sọ pé AI ni ẹ máa ní AI the word has advanced èèyàn kan lè gbórúkọ èèyàn kan tàbí Nàìjíríà kan ẹjọ ẹjẹ àfikún ní ilẹ̀ ẹ máa sọ pé AI ni pé somebody can talk like that.
There is this statement she said that she altered that if we really want to know the truth, they should ask the network provider to publish WhatsApp and they will know what is really
going on. bó ṣe sọ kínní yẹn àwọn arábì ti lọ bá àwọn network provider yẹn information ti máa wá látòkè pé gbogbo record kan delete we are talking of Nigeria
wá gbà before nǹkan
bẹ́ẹ̀ ó ṣe pé ó mọ̀ pé ó máa rí báyìí tó bá mọ̀ pé ó máa rí báyìí ìgbà tán ti ń sọ kíní yẹn gan ló ti yẹ kó máa save.
No, we can never tell because the way she's talking, right?
The way she's talking
like she has
evidence. Ibi tí ẹ̀rù ti bá mi pé possibility gbogbo conversation wọn náà pé wọn ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp àwọn most of àwọn fóònù tá à ń lò ń sìn ó máa ń rẹ́kọ̀dì fún rẹ̀ tó bá ti rẹ́kọ̀dì wọn ò ní pé wọn ò ní sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́wọ́ WhatsApp ó máa pè é direct ni because àwọn arábì wọ́n máa ń fún wọn ní free call gbọ̀n sẹ́nitọ̀ yẹn wọn ò ń top up oníbànṣe máa ń ṣe fún wọn àwọn fóònù wọ̀nyí ní direct record so ó lè má set yẹ but tó bá set yẹ I can tell you
No,
àwọn
but
èèyàn sì
don't
máa sọ
forget
pé
that she's a lawyer, right? And for her, she knows that whatever she's doing, if she does not have evidence, right, she is also jeopardizing her career.
A
That
career.
is,
career
yeah, she's putting herself at stake, facing the public, then her family, her integrity will be questioned. Then her career as a barrister.
but will presiding judge will he accept that evidence?
Why would they? That was why the
Oh.
Nigerian bar.
My dear,
That's why
we are talking of the people in power. I'm telling you.
See, this is see, people in power, right? There are some things that power could not really oppress. Not something like this. Rather, what they will do is to silence it and just go back to cabinet and settle it.
You know what they wanted to do now? They say he should apologize.
Oh, no, you
move,
say
wanted
you
to
can't.
move
No,
for
the
that side.
apology is for mannerism doing the whatever she was supposed to respond, but she reacted. Then for her being disciplined, that's the apology for. You will hear that she apologized and they've listened to her. Everything is all gone. Taba ma gbonsin.
One must
See, this matter is two ways.
Sister mi kò lè apologize o. No, it's a trap. Okay, what do you want to apologize for?
It's not about trap now, Emma. But I said something that the way of settling it. So
no,
that
okay. Obayo, tell me, ma. You want to apologize based on what? Based on what?
I am saying the reason why they asked her to apologize was because of her mannerism, why they are sitting in the red room, right? So whatever they did was not a rightful approach. They want to discipline her, right, for her not listening to the Senate President and other senators in the red room. So they have a section, whatever they need to quote. But however, she was saying section 10, which override whatever was happening and every other thing. That being said, now the point is this. When she had granted the interview, then when she tendered the petition, that was after they punished her. It was not, I didn't they punished her before the accusation, petition, they will have a good ground. But now it seems like the reason why they punished her was because of her coming out to say the Senate President did this. Are saying that allegedly
they asked this woman to apologize. The apology they asking her to come out.
Yeah, the apology was
Senate President for accusing Senate President.
No, it's not for accusing Senate President. No, the apology was not for accusing Senate President.
She doesn't need apology because one man look against here.
Listen. Daddy, Nigerian crime, Daddy. Was the apology to apologize for the alleged whatever claim that she claimed to Nigerian to Senate President?
No, the apology was for the behavior.
That not for whatever. No,
not for the
no.
The sexual.
But the reason why people are clamoring and talking was that a petition had been written against the Senate President. So he was not supposed to be the one to sit to deliver the whatever judgment or punishment. who was supposed to step down, and maybe the chief whip or the deputy president read whatever, Senate deputy Senate president read whatever needs to be done or anything. Again, they did the right thing in the wrong approach, in the wrong mannerism, in the wrong way. Everybody would think that the reason why you're punishing her was because she's saying her truth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Had it been before she granted the interview or before she dropped the petition, you guys have said that there is a committee, that the disciplinary committee will be seated to look into your behavior. Yeah. Everybody will hear that one. That's Everybody will know that is it.
Yeah. I just think they want to use that one just to silence her, so that they could quench that sexual harassment of a thing. Just to divert the attention of people away from the whole scenario, because they want to make the sexual harassment of a thing not being popular. So that's why they brought in that the matter that she was suspended, and the manner she behaves and what have you. But to me, I think I'm seeing her apologizing anyway, not for anything, but because of her constituency. You understand? And then she will keep on fighting the sexual harassment of a thing in the court of law. But this one now, based on the rudeness or whatever, that she doesn't follow the protocol nor the rule of the house, she should apologize. And then you should just keep on fighting the sexual harassment of a thing as in court. So that's just my little cent that I want to add in there. So
for me, Nigeria crime, I'm not seeing that he didn't do anything wrong, because all this thing is just a cock-up. He does not need to apologize to anybody. Is it because of the 6 months? Then they suspend her. So, but by the time go to court will revert the 6 months. I think it's 21 days, or how many? 30 days maximum.
14 days.
14 days. Okay, so let's wait. You can't stop because she's this elected. The only thing they keep on frustrating her in that place. And sharing evidence to low need. To back be jáde ó lè wà damaging. That's it. But can log back in.
That is the reason why I'm saying with the evidence.
You remember, so bó ṣe sọ ó ti sọ nípa pé can lọ sí ọ̀dọ̀ network yẹn, which means pé gbogbo conversation ó wà ńbẹ̀. So ẹ̀yin wá believe pé number 3 man in power, our sit down, òun kò ní tẹ button. Gbogbo kìíní yẹn anything ẹ wo kò sí tí ò lè ṣẹlẹ̀ Nàìjíríà tí màá yẹn mọ̀ lọ́ọ̀kan.
Nítorí yẹn gangan mo sọ fún yín pé it's possible for them to settle it behind closed door and quiet. I mean, make everything quiet because it's going a wire, gidi. So they want to act with wisdom.
Evidence yẹn lọ bá nǹkan jẹ́ could be a damning evidence. To bá lọ gbé jáde, and most of this in our conversation tó ń sọ ó wà tó lọ sí ọ́fíìsì ẹ̀ yẹn tó bá jẹ́ pé ó mú kinní dání tó fi sápò àbí glasses ẹ̀ yẹn tó ń lò, and glasses náà máa ń record yẹn tó fi gbogbo ohun tó sọ tó ń yí báyìí tó dẹ̀ show. Ẹ wo àwọn evidence kan wà tó bá mú síta it will very damning. Ẹgbọ́n kan tó ní ẹgbọ́n kan tó sọ what he said about the Oya personal assistant, you listen to it, that if this man go down, you will go down. Nigeria, do you hear that in when they were interviewing her when she said that word?
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah,
the personal assistant to Akpabio.
Yeah, the man that called. Yeah, that called.
You understand me? Yeah. So there's a thread there, which means we only need damning evidence. But I'm assuring you, if this man go down, you will go down.
And that is why I'm trying to say that with all this bolala and every other thing, you will see them settling behind closed doors.
Evidence not threatening yet the threatening is too much. It's too much. So you about shaking alone threatening. If you go down, you will go down. Why?
Senate President now. Those ones who have written so many things.
And because Lori TikTok.
I saw it. She was using sexual harassment as a defense for disobeying the house rule.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
It's still a truth anyway. One can use any taxes to cover whatever house rule and ever that, but she's not the only one that has disobeyed the house rule.
The house rule, yeah, that's true.
Did they
True.
sanction anyone? No.
Mhm.
So why is it that when she now said that there's a sexual harassment, that's when you know that there was a house rule, there is the sanction that need to be placed on it.
Mhm.
We need to strike a balance with it. TikTok family, thank you. YouTube family, thank you. Thank you so much. For those that have not following African Black Gold TV, please do good to just follow African Black Gold on YouTube, and you will join us anytime we are here. Click on the notification so that you know when we drop any update or we are on live, so they can join us. We have an interesting topic that we deliberated on for like 5 hours or four
Yeah.
hours or 5 hours or so. Been
For
here since
4 hours, 24 minutes, yeah.
okay, 4 hours, 24 minutes, almost like 5 hours. We appreciate our panelists. Thank you so much, Prof. Thank you for Mr. John. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Barrister Kwesi. Mr. Bumi, thank you for engaging very well on the comment section. We like your comment. Thank you. Our TikTok family, thank you. We appreciate. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. We thank you. Please do good to communicate and engage on each of the videos. Just air your opinion. We will be able to respond to your comments. Thank you. We have a lot of past video. There is a video on a woman that had to do everything for the husband. So just listen, and we have an interesting topic to be discussed in this forthcoming Friday, and it's on will. So don't say I don't have any property, I don't have anything, so why am I going to do any will? Just come and listen. You can never tell. Please, and we will be happy to have you back at 8 to 9 p.m. Nigerian time later today on TikTok. Thank you for always being there for us. Thank you for following NigerianCrime.com. Thank you. We are here because of you, and without you, we won't be here. Thank you so much. We appreciate. We'll see you later. On
All
this
right.
regard, we say, oh, da,
Double.
bo.
Thank you.